Hello and welcome to FMK Anime, and everyone. I'm your host, Meep, joined by my children, Gilly and Dalron. Say hello, kids.
I do not recognize you as a familial member.
Fuck you, you're not my real dad. Also, hi, Dalaron here. You guys know already. Twitch.tv/Dalaron Quest. DALARON Quest. Mondays we do FMK Anime. Tuesdays we do D&D, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Otherwise, we do other stuff on the week. I have a voice reel. Please check it out. It's a lot of fun. But, yeah. Gilly, how you doing?
Now, son, I
Gilly,
might be younger than you, but you can't disrespect me like that in front of your mother. Points
I,
to a mop. Points
Gilly,
to a mop face drawn on
I don't think Gilly recognizes me as the father figure either.
it.
I have no mother or father. I was birthed from the earth.
Looks at your avatar on the banner. I don't know about
About it.
No, but yes, welcome everyone. This is the podcast where we talk about shows each week, and in a fuck Mary Kill format. We start with 10 shows, and we can go down to anywhere from 8 to 1. Last season we ended off with a question mark because you should watch last season. It was good. Uh, but yes, this week we have 9 shows because one died last week.
Thank fucking gods.
How that anime exists is beyond me.
Anime is a loose term in this context.
How that donkey exists is beyond me, and that's an insult to donkeys. Uh, yes. This week we should just hop right into it with our first show. Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 15. Let me just find my place because each time I click off my notes, it takes me back to the start. Yes, Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 15. Todo meets with Itadori, and they do battle. And when Itadori told Todo his taste in women, Todo called Itadori his best friend and protected him from Kyoto. As the first and second years rush back to rescue him.
Man, they did the joke. They did the joke so well.
They did exactly what I was saying would happen.
I love it. They did it exactly how I wanted it to happen,
I,
even better.
I loved the flashback.
What?
The
It's not even a
flash. It wasn't a
flashback. He just had
flashback.
this he had this just moment where he imagined their a friendship with them going to school together
Yeah, it's
with his
amazing.
favorite idol and how they're just bros.
They're best of friends.
Are you happy with the character moments this episode, Dalaran?
Much better. Well, yes and no. Itadori's weird, his animation is weird, and his kind of like emotions are kind of inconsistent, or maybe that's just because like I'm used to seeing him. I'm used to him being like the full focus in the last few episodes, so just having him react has been a little strange for me. But it was
Sass
so
on
good.
point.
I loved how even the animation got like shittier for Todo's fantasy. Like it was like shittier animation because they were like in this fucking like shojo manga, and I was like, it's so good. He fucking starts crying and just snot pours down his nose as he's like, I have found,
Screenshot of that too. It's fucking good.
I have found my brother,
My
So,
best friend.
best of Frendo.
did you guys notice how when Fushiguro put together that they were trying to kill Itadori, how his eyes changed? Like the animation, the shading over his eyes were much darker.
Fushiguro cares about his homie.
Yeah,
They
I knew
all
we were
they all do, and I'm glad it did also what I was hoping, that when they realized the two people that are actually like close to him, I mean, wanted to do something.
Oh yeah, we got some really good Nobara as well. Like we talked about Fushigiro's reaction, Nobara reacted really well too.
Nobra Nobra's the way that Nobra bounced off of Panda in just that one scene with where the girls crashed in the tree and they're just slowly being they're just being fucking
They're
weird.
being fucking shitlords to her, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Come
it's like
down and play.
How
it's so
crass.
Yeah, I love it. I also fucking Mr. Woodman over here with the
Fucking Wood
Jodo
Mecha.
firepower.
Fucking Wood
Ultimate
Mecha.
Nekamaru.
Ultra
And
Mechamaru.
Ultimate Nekomaru over here being Endeavor with the flames.
I get what you're saying, but
Kinda.
I mean, yeah,
I actually really
Good
loved when they all
personality.
teamed up. It was only a brief moment when they all teamed up on Itadori. He dodged and weaved around them quite well.
Yeah. Also, I think my favorite combat scene was actually when they figured out they're after Itadori and they chase down and like Ma- is it Mai's the weapon girl or is Mai the Kyoto girl?
no, Maki.
Maki out of the shadows fucking ganks Miwa, and that was awesome. That was like just
Yeah.
seeing the shadows form from Fushiguro into Maki as they split between the two of them was dope.
Also, Miwa, such a pure innocent being. She doesn't want to kill Itadori, but at the same time, she's poor. She needs this to get money. That's a motivation I can get behind.
She's
Bro,
the
I'm just
Miwa,
poor.
they've made me. They've not throughout this entire episode, through the actual episode and the stroll, they brought very heavily that Miwa is just wholesome.
she is. She really is. I mean, we kind of got that from her introduction. Miwa's just
Well,
a pleasure.
our introduction with her, she was very nice and she was crushing on Gojo
She's a
most of it.
fangirl.
But she wasn't. But there was nothing like off about her. And then with this one, it's just like she's been trepidatious about like doing this whole thing, and she doesn't want to, and she's real sweet. It's really nice.
I like Miwa. I like Miwa a
I
lot.
mean, if we're doing the 7-year age rule, Miwa is within that acceptable range for Gojo. So holds up Miwa X Gojo flag, waves it.
How old is Miwa?
She is a. I can't remember if she's a second or third year. It's actually the actual wiki had things listed incorrectly, which is fucking annoying.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
really? I thought she was 19.
The wiki had things all fucking messed up, is what pissed me off.
Because
Because I didn't realize until after that they had things just marked all wrong for
she
her.
she does wear different clothing from the other Kyoto members. So when I heard she was 19, I just assumed that she either went into the school a little bit later or she got held back a little bit.
It's fucking weird. They things are
I just
weird with that. I think she's 17.
That's the thing.
Oh,
17's a rough line. I just don't want her to be like 15, 16. And how old is Gojo?
uh,
26?
Yeah.
okay. I thought Miwa was.
28. He's
Oh,
28.
oh God! I thought Gojo was 26. Jesus.
No, he's 28. He's still very young compared to all the other like people
Listen,
of his skill level. That's the whole thing. But he's
if Miwa's
still
like
not
8,
young.
yeah, if Miwa's like 18 and Gojo's like
Hold on.
28 and it's consensual, which the Jujutsu stroll kind of makes it seem like it is? Question mark?
How old is Nanami now? I'm thinking about because he went back and finished his schooling when he was a middle-aged man. It seems
Nanami's
like.
a fucking adult.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely Nanami's definitely older than Gojo, probably by a good like few years.
So I think there might be special cases where they discover, people that are older that are jujutsu, like
Oh yeah,
jujutsu sen.
100%. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
so maybe Miwa is one of those.
that the fucking archer Kikyo dude in Kyoto definitely seems older than everyone else. That or he just looks
I
like shit.
Yeah, it might be because it might be just be because they're not from clans. Because it seems like the three big clans, their children are automatically put in, which something we didn't touch on last time. Apparently, Fushiguro is somehow related to the Zenin clan, so
Yeah,
he's
the most
somehow
powerful
related to
clan.
Maki and Mai.
That's not the first time. That was brought up multiple times. Even
Brought
Sukuna.
up a couple times. Fushiguro is part of one of the big clans, and if I
Yeah,
remember correctly, so is Toga.
I hope I hope he's not blood related because that'd make the things Mai said to Fushiguro a bit weird.
Nah, incest.
They are blood related.
Yep.
Oh,
They're cousins.
Yep.
They've said this multiple times.
because she said in a very sexual way to Nobara in like episode 8, like, "Oh, I'll have to comfort him after," and it felt
Yep. Mai's fucking weird. Meep.
I guess she is. Then again, I thought Mai wanted I thought Mai had a crush on the idol, so I don't know.
Anyway,
know if
what else
Mai
happened?
has sexual feelings towards anybody except her gun.
Except her gun, which she used. She straight up
She
shot
used
a
it.
dude.
She fucking tried to shoot Itadori so many times.
And
I
Itadori can
don't.
dodge bullets.
I have to wonder what's going through his head because he's here seeing Jujutsu sorcerers. I don't know if he was prepared for a gun. I know I wouldn't. I know I wouldn't be. I'd expect some crazy shit, but no, gun.
I love the show, you guys. I don't. It's so good. Like Itadori's presence here. I love how they joke around like, yeah, no, if we're being honest, we were never counting on your power, so just distract Toto.
I mean, fair enough.
Stay in
Also,
the back. Look, that's not even like the whole thing. It's not even an insult. It's just fair. They weren't planning. They didn't plan around him.
I think it's also like further plays into the joke that Itadori was like building this up as like a moment he's gonna like reveal like, hey guys, I'm still alive and they're gonna see what I can do. And the joke continues going where it's just like, yeah, we didn't, cool, dude, like, but who the fuck are you?
Yeah, I mean, I never got to make this argument last time, and it actually crossed my mind earlier today. To be fair, a big thing they're taught in the school is people fucking die doing this. So
Yeah.
It sort of makes their reaction make a little bit more sense to me. Like, obviously they were definitely happy. Like, they're upset now that Itadori's going to get killed. It's just
We don't know
Nobara
that.
is a hard ass, and Fushiguro is in Panda's own words, you're so dull.
Super dull. A lot of funny English deliveries this episode.
A lot of talking from Panda this time.
Good. It's nice to actually see some personality from him.
I like to see more from Panda. Yeah, he's this combination of serious but also very good at joking around, and it's nice.
Oh yeah. The one thing that made me sad about this isn't really a spoiler, it's just I know we've talked about Jujutsu Kaisen 0 before. It focuses heavily on, because we know how it focuses heavily on the second years, and
sure, but I don't want to know about it.
I'm not gonna say anything plot wise. It's just kind of wish Panda got a little bit more in it.
Oh, okay, cool, fair enough. Oh yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Okay, good to know.
Maki and Toga are a big focus in it, and I want to see a lot from Toga in this. I think we're going to in this arc because the opening gives him a bit more focus than the others.
Toga is
well, like
voice
I said,
boy.
If I remember correctly, when he stopped Toto in that fight, I'm pretty sure they made an indication that he is also in one of the bigger clans.
Yeah, he's from the clan of cursed speech users,
which is why he can't talk.
Yeah, which makes a lot of sense. Like, oh, if he says something, it will give him backlash and it'll happen. Like, if he just idly says,
or it'll hurt someone else, so he just speaks in rice ball ingredients.
Yeah.
Still working on breaking the code on that one.
I will confirm there legitimately is a code to it, and it's I'm hoping they actually go into detail on it in the show.
I think they will. Like I said, I think Jujutsu Kaisen 0 will be turned into a movie, if anything. So, hey, we might have something to look forward to.
I look forward to it. I also look forward to next week's episode. You guys good if we hold up cards?
I am.
Yeah.
I'm fucking the show, in case that wasn't obvious. Nice eggplant for Jujutsu Kaisen. I look forward to next week's episode. I think some of the animation and pacing in terms of like emotional pacing was a little weird this episode, but I kind of want to see how everything falls out between the two schools coming up. And it's also really curious how they will handle the drama for the rest of the arc. Although this opening does spoil a considerable portion of that. Itadori is not fucking around. Homie opened up with a flying knee to Toto's face, and I was like, jeez, fuck, bro.
I can't wait for Toto to mentor Itadori.
Yeah. That's exactly what I was about to lead up to, and the whole
That's
Toto
the
like
Frendo.
calling curse technique shit and being like, it's cool, but it's not enough. Like you're weak if you just stay here. I thought it's doing shonen rivalism really well. Plus the humor's on point. We opened with it. That fucking like I should have timed it, but however many minutes of just like slice of life, school life. Were we cats in another life? Moment was just incredible. So this show gets the fuck for me.
I am happy it brought you back around. This show is also going to get the fuck from me. It is on a good track to have me renew my vows. I am loving every moment. I hope they aren't building up Todo just to gank him at the last minute of this tournament. I want him to live. He is so good with Itadori. He's the best friend Itadori has had since he became a Jujutsu sorcerer.
Hey, we were just talking about how good Fushiguro is.
But we haven't seen them interact much.
It's subtle.
Gilly, your thoughts?
This was just such a good episode. It was just fun, and everything between Todo and Itadori is everything I've been joking about ever since the first time we saw Todo. Because of the second he said, and what he did is like, that's like the same as what Itadori feel. That's the same as Itadori's interests. And it is just, it's perfect. And God, I really hope I really hope that they form a long-lasting relationship.
Yeah.
And on the same hand, I almost hope Itadori stays just as indifferent the entire time.
That's what I'm up for. Itadori's reaction to him makes me feel like Todo's gonna fall by the wayside, alive or dead.
Itadori is just mostly, I feel like the big thing about it is Itadori is just focused on this whole tournament right now.
Yeah.
He's just more focused on the tournament right now. But I feel like there might be more to it. I'm gonna fuck the show. It's nice. And this was a really good episode, and I'm looking at Toto's image on the fucking wiki, and oh my fucking god.
Are we all in favor of naming this episode My Best Friend?
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Also, I just got yelled at in my DMs. I am wrong. The best friend Itadori had since becoming a Jujutsu sorcerer was Junpei. I'm sorry.
Oh.
But now I'm calling you for making me sad.
That hurt. That hurt.
Rip Junpei.
That actually kind of hurt.
You can just look in the general now and look at this photo they have for Todo from the manga.
Well, everyone, do you want to know what else is long, but not long-lasting?
God damn it, me.
Erectile dysfunction. Cells at Work, Episode 3. Red Blood Cell and Co. visit the... Oh, that's supposed to say testicles, but I wrote tentacles. They visit the testicles, and later on need to give the body an erection. Yeah, and they need to give the body an erection for the sake of the children. However, they only succeed with the help of Viagra, and the act of intercourse let in some gonorrhea.
For the sake... Gotta have sex for the sake of the children.
There's a line where he says, we need to ejaculate these kids. This show made me feel like I was 12 again.
Yeah, this episode was fan service, but in a different way.
I mean, you can use the term ejaculate as a verb, but I wouldn't do it. You could though.
Hold on. What ejaculates a verb? What else do you use it as?
He ejaculated. Wait, no, that would be a verb.
That is a verb.
Ejaculation.
What I mean is you can use it in ways other than referring to the sexual form.
Okay.
As the one quote from what was it, a Harry Potter book?
I'm sorry,
Quiet,
what?
Snape ejaculated.
God.
I'm getting chocolate. Fuck this.
Walking away on your own stream.
Oh, am I getting shouted at
Oh,
in my DMs?
I don't know, but he walked away.
So Gilly, what did you think of this episode?
It was better than the previous ones, but only a little bit.
You didn't like all the ejaculation talk? My favorite still. Have you even experienced an erection?
Yeah, they took the bit really far.
I don't know. There's just a certain degree when you're playing like the never give up epic anime music when they're trying to keep his penis from getting soft.
That is so good, though. So fucking funny. This wasn't even supposed to be a comedy episode. Still
I
fucking hilarious.
I now need. Also, I think I might going off of someone, so I'll lower the volume a little bit. I need, not want, need, fucking Kill a Kill, Don't Lose Your Way cover of that scene now. An edit of just, you gotta ejaculate them kids.
I can't with this episode. I felt like I was 12. So our audio editor, I sent him screenshot after screenshot from this episode, and I just ended my screenshot spree to him with I am 12 again. I am baby. It Oh my god, and he has to take Viagra. I was sitting there like, where can this episode go? No, the epic anime music as he takes Viagra.
Bana, 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 bana.
It was funny because they were mentioning like, yeah, no, not sex isn't always for the sake of reproduction. In fact, it was probably the opposite. Though, because he took Viagra, that he's most likely using it for sex. Though, I don't know, maybe some people use Viagra for masturbation.
I
I
don't
don't
think
judge.
I don't think he means I don't think it was masturbation. He just meant that he wasn't going to inseminate the person who he's having sex with. They were just fucking.
Well, if this
And
person is
look,
really expressed as he... Oh,
look,
sorry.
I'll be honest. If you somehow got gonorrhea from masturbation, you might need to get that looked at.
Well, considering the quality of his body and as such the quality of his life, who the fuck knows? Maybe he fucking jerks off with heroin needles. Used heroin needles. I don't know.
I'm assuming I'm assuming he went to one of those Japanese sex clubs.
Or he was just he's reckless and with other reckless people. But point is, yeah. So that's where the episode ends. Gonorrhea gets let in. I'm not gonna comment since last week I fucked up the viewing schedule. Um, but yeah, this episode was had a lot of gaffes. They took their jokes and really ran with it. I thought it was great. White blood cells are awesome. I love White Blood Cell Girl. She is the best. The two pink and blue are also fun, but I actually really like our main White Blood Cell Girl. I think she's great. I first of all kind of waifu if but I prefer someone with more emotive kind of personality. But she's just such a badass. I love her. I love her personality. I love her character. It's simple and it works.
Didn't you
I
love
want
the
her.
pus?
God.
Uh,
You joke, but the regular cells at work of the season 2 of the regular one, not the edgy one. Its recent episode was about pimples. So yeah.
Um,
so do you think the message about do you think this episode's message about ejaculating for sexual gratification instead of sexual reproduction is aimed at the fans, not to jerk off to the white blood cells.
Oh, I think this episode, this two-parter's purpose is to don't stick your dick in dirty, because gonorrhea tentacle gets one of the blue white blood cells, which was I the only one that saw her missing an eye in the when white blood cell was carrying her?
Who?
The blue-haired white blood cell. Did anyone else see her missing an eye, or was that just me?
It might have just been the animation, because you know how they do the shading in this series, in this one? It's
Maybe.
all, like, super granulated and shit.
Fair.
To be fair, that aesthetic is growing on me. Like, the shading, I know me and Gilly, like, weren't super on it in the beginning, but it's kind of growing on me. There's a certain kind of charm, a grittiness to it. I couldn't take it seriously in Attack on Titan, but here it's, like, actually working for me.
Yeah, I don't want her to get yandere over red blood cell, but I do want her to overprotective older sister of red blood cell. That'd be cute.
Oh, no, I ship him.
Yeah, no, I ship them too, but listen. You can call someone big sis when they're not blood related.
Gonorrhea.
Ah, yes. Yes, I do ship gonorrhea.
No!
Gonorrhea with the white blood cell.
You're gonna regret those words this week.
I'm probably gonna watch episode 4 right after this.
I'm going to sleep after this. Gilly, anything else you want to say on this episode?
No.
Are we ready for cards then?
Yeah, I'll go first. I'm gonna fuck this show. It's I don't think it's losing me. It's another episode of Cells at Work, and I'm glad Cells at Work exists. I just don't think it's the right format for me, because it's still just like giving a lot of information about the Cell's body, and it's fun, it's novel. But like with the first series, I can see this losing me in a few episodes. Thus far, though, it's interesting, and it's nice to see the it's nice to see the show's writers just be silly and go for the low-hanging fruit when it comes to the subject matter, because otherwise this show might start teetering on like actually edgy and insufferable.
Do you have anything to say about episode 2?
For episode 2, I did watch that this week too. Yeah, I caught up. It was nice. I liked what they did with like the red blood cells relationship. I kind of wish they went deeper with the narrative of like sex workers and how like just because hospitality folk put on a brave face to support people like on the front lines, which is kind of like how the narrative what's the word I'm looking for? Oh my god, the metaphor was going for. I kind of wish they delved a little bit more into that, but I thought it was a nice episode and a nice break in between episode 1 and 3.
But it's not a bad way to go, Dal. Getting cell.
Not my fetish, but sure. Get vored by the pretty
Okay.
belly dancer.
It's not really vor. They're not eating you whole, but
You're right. It just gets actually fucking eaten, which is somehow worse.
Cannibalism.
I mean, all animals can be cannibals in nature.
Yeah, Scar ate Mufasa in Lion King.
Listen, all I'm saying is that humans should be eating each other. That's all I'm saying. The reason it's bad for us is because we're weak and we stopped doing it. No, I'm joking.
If you absorbed your twin in the womb, you're a cannibal.
Anyway,
Yeah, fuck Terry. He deserved it.
before we upset any twin viewers in our channel, in our streams, me, what are you voting for this show?
I'm gonna fuck this show. It's whether it lives or dies, I'm gonna keep watching it because I like it. It's season 2 of the original Cells at Work is getting a bit grating for me. It's each episode has sort of been like either a 3-parter or a 2-parter. And this latest episode, if I actually had to vote, I would have given this latest episode a knife for the second season, just because it was the first episode. It wasn't doing anything for me because I didn't really know what was going on. I didn't know anything about those cells that they explored in that episode. And then the second part was all about pimples and saving a single pore, and I wasn't a fan of that. But Code Black it's a new take, and that's what I enjoy. It's a new take on and a new world of the cells. Like I'm enjoying this new world because it's exploring, hey, this is a new person's body. Like, I don't know, it's just something novel about it, and I like it.
Are we allowed to change our votes? Because I kind of feel like shifting my vote to a knife. Like, I'm sitting here and thinking, I'm just like, I don't know. This show's just like, thinking about it, I'm thinking about what I said, right? Episode 2, I was like, yeah, it's good, but like, I wish it did this and this. And I'm thinking about like this episode, I'm like, yeah, like the penis jokes were funny, the erection jokes were funny, but I'm like, I don't know. Kind of feel like shifting
Why?
it to a knife. Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up a knife. I'm gonna hold up a knife for this show. It's not because I don't enjoy the show. I just don't think the format's for me. I feel a little bad. Like I actually feel a little bit guilty right now. But this doesn't work. I like you. I like that people enjoy you. It's just I watched an episode, and I know I'm not gonna get more. I think I've gotten what I've gotten from this show.
Meep died.
Meep died? Oh shit. Well, in that case, Gilly, what are your thoughts on what's your vote and thoughts on this episode?
He's back now.
Welcome back, Meep.
Ow. Ow. Uh. Now I just feel bad. Yeah, I just this show from the beginning, it has not done really much of anything for me. Just the constant terminology is not fun for me, but on top of it, it's just I don't know, it's just boring. I don't get a lot of interest out of it. Even when they try to make it more interesting and filled with action, which is not like they do it poorly, they just don't do it in a way that interests me or brings me in.
Mm.
I could see how it would work for a lot of people. It's just doesn't not for me.
That's completely valid. A show that makes you hate yourself this season.
There's honestly there's nothing in this season that I hate. I just
I mean,
no, I
picks
did
on the
no, no Meep. That wasn't hate.
It doesn't
I don't
deserve
use
hate.
that I don't use that word lightly.
okay.
Uh, but yeah, I have to give Code Black a knife just because it's not it's how I've been the whole time. It just has not done anything for me.
That's fair. Well, Gilly, the audience is dying to know, do you hate Sk8 the Infinity episode 3?
You shut your mouth.
In this, our episode 3 of Sk8 to Infinity, Longa accepts the beef with Catboy, who refuses to lose because his friends left him. Reiki fixes up Longa's board, and Longa wins the beef, but legendary Adam appears and mocks Catboy, making Reiki challenge him to a beef to take back his words. Official prediction: the bet that's going to be on the line for this beef, whoever loses can't come to Sk8 anymore, and Reiki is going to lose. Official prediction.
That's a little early for that kind of bullet, don't you think?
It's an official prediction for me. I feel like they're going to take a couple episodes to
I
get that beef.
I don't think that's I don't think that's what's gonna happen, only because I think this is the situation of the opening spoiling.
Maybe, but
Because
I don't know.
there's a whole scene in the opening with Reiki running through a room filled with screens trying to find Langa.
Ah,
Speaking of Blanca, am I the only one who feels like he should not have won that?
I mean, I I feel I'm gonna be honest right now that I it was while everything in the race was super impressive. I had a lot of fun watching it. The way that he won is mostly because he just has a bigger board because they were neck and neck. He won because because he's bigger, he's taller and has a longer skateboard. I'm a little miffed on that.
Oh my god, I didn't think about that.
That's literally so that was I don't know how I feel about that win because they were neck and neck.
listen, I I can't really judge the show going when you say like, yeah, he should have won that because he shouldn't have won against Shadow because that was his first time skateboarding.
So the Shadow, that's actually where I was going with it. Yeah, yeah. Like Shadow, I get he won because Shadow is being a cocky cunt, and then second of all, like Langa actually pulled out a lot of shit to win that fight, that skate off, that beef with Shadow, against the kid, against Catboy. Like I'm glad he won because Catboy needed to be humbled a lot, and we'll talk about that in a moment, but I don't think he should have won. Yes, Langa pulled out some cool stops. He did that fucking cool rodeo fucking spin. That was awesome. The way he shifted his snowboard over on the wheels to like bridge the gap, which was a great scene because Catboy was like actually concerned that he was gonna hurt himself. Like there is a line. He's kind of like a shitty kid. He's a brat because he's hurt. And he's being really defensive about himself, which is why he's putting off this like arrogant "I don't need anyone" attitude. But like that was a really great moment where like that broke, and he's like, "Yo, watch out! You're not gonna make it. Like stop," because that's they're still talking about someone's life. But I don't think Longa should have won that. Like he's an like yes, he's a great snowboarder. He might even be a legend, but he should not be winning every single one of his skate offs right now.
The way he
But
bounced off the fucking tree.
That was great. That was great. Yep.
but but Dalaran, we all know why Catboy lost because skateboarding is something you do while having fun.
No, Meep, you have to understand. There's something that you're missing. There's a plot point to this entire episode that you're not seeing, Meep.
Friendship.
It's the power of friendship.
Damn it, Yu-Gi-Oh got it right.
It was. So the way that Reiki has been building himself as as his character, he's he's knowledgeable on all the skateboarding, but rather than being a phenomenal skater, he's just fucking good at making shit.
Yeah, he's a
He
skateboard maker. He's a crafter.
yeah,
He's
he's
he's gonna him and Langa make a great team because of that. Like he's going to like I get this. I was sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Gilly, but like I was getting this like gunpla battles or gunpla fighters vibe with him, where it's just you got the dude who's like really good at doing the thing, and then you got his best friend who like builds the gunpla, makes the Gundams, or like and he makes the skateboards. Like they're two parts of a team, and I really like the dynamic.
it's really nice. The two their their dynamic as characters is really great, and this episode was pretty much almost solely it was it was heavily focused on the new character we got introduced to, Mr. Skater Catboy, and it was just split between them and our two main characters with a little bit of our actual antagonist.
Dio, I'm sorry,
Who
Adam.
who gets really sexual with Longa.
He
Yeah,
he wants to touch him so bad, and I don't like that.
I
he's
don't
creepy.
either. I don't know how I feel about him as an antagonist at this moment.
I mean, I like him as an antagonist. I really want to know what his whole shtick is. His fucking board has horns on it, guys. Matador-looking motherfucker.
It's so fucking ridiculous. It's so over the top. His costume, his hair, his board. It is so, all of it is so over the top.
To be fair, JoJo's has not done a Matador vampire yet, so Sk8 got it.
I was hoping his board would have a Viking helmet on it. I'm not gonna lie.
No. He's a Matador. He's a Matador. The vampire. If you add Vikings to that, that's too much. That's tacky. I mean, then it will be too much.
What do you mean? Vikings are cool.
And they're so hot right now.
That's but yeah, like honestly, watching how Shadow was acting in this episode, how Joe and Cherry Blossom are acting, it's building up to be what I was saying I thought it was going to be. Where we have the only real antagonist we have is Adam, and everyone else, even when they're competing, they're still like, in a way, they have kinship through skating.
Shadow drives a pink Prius with his flower shop logo on
Yeah,
it.
I saw the logo on the back was great.
Fucking just duct taped out really fast.
So everything about him driving down to watch this was hilarious, with Reiki jumping in. Reiki calls him an old man. Like, I'm not even 24 yet.
I think he said like, wait, I don't remember his age. Yeah, I thought he was like, I'm 24, I'm 27 or something like that. Like it was like, first of all, I agree. Shadow, I thought Shadow was like a 35-year-old.
No, it was like, no, it was either I'm barely over 24, or I'm barely about to be 24.
I'm barely over 24. Then I think that might have been the line.
Yeah,
Regardless,
because he's not very he's pretty young. He doesn't look like it. No.
Shadow looks like he's 35, 45. Not gonna lie.
Though I think I'm pretty sure Joe and Cherry Blossom are a little bit older. Cause
Yeah, I think they're adults. Like
They own actual shops.
yeah.
Cherry,
I live in
Joe
New
with his
York, where
restaurant.
18-year-olds will run restaurants if they have their family's money. So.
The moment where they actually agree for a second, and both their groups of fangirls just swoon.
Yeah, they have the same kind of like their fangirls behave the same way, but they're dressed completely different.
Yeah, it's
I just
it's
sorry.
it's the little things. There's the little
I
things
just,
this episode.
I just want Joe to hold me in his big, strong arms.
Joe is just Skate's Chad.
Yeah. I'm a bit sad we didn't get more of Longa's mom or Reiki's mom this episode. Like, I know it might get they might show up a bit too much if they showed them every episode, but I desperately want to see more of their parents.
Yeah, I
Don't
agree.
think we're gonna see an extensive amount of Reiki's mom, but Longa's mom is an extreme part of his character.
Mm.
So I'm sure she will pop up more.
I also enjoyed the moms last week, but like Meep said, like you said, Meep, it's that's something best used in small doses. If they overuse it, it loses its charm. Also, they don't skate, posers.
Mom, you don't skate.
I loved the scene where Longa's running and the security guard chases after him. He's like, "Why me?" And then he comes back. "You abandoned me."
You abandoned me, Ricky.
Longa has such a good, like, would you call that anger face, or is it like disappointed face? What do you call that?
Just, I don't know, irritated, flat face.
Yeah,
So the one thing that was really fun for me was the whole customization he did to Longa's skateboard. The it's not the toe clips is one thing, but I'm specifically talking about the what he did to the wheels
Yeah, that was cool.
that would make it basically impossible for a normal person to use.
Or like a regular skater.
The funny thing is like before they actually explained it, I had to grab a screen cap because the second he handed it to him and I saw the wheel just like drop, I'm like, holy shit, he did it. I'm looking at it and I'm just like, I know what you've done already, and then they explain it like just a few seconds later.
Gilly, I feel like you're enjoying the show exactly the way it was intended to be. Not just the action, not just the characters, but also like the geekiness of Reiki and like the little intricacies and details. Like I hear the show personified through you, and I love it.
It's
Don't
a
get me wrong, I love the
it,
show too.
it's a very good detail oriented show, and I've never been a skater, but I've always been enthralled in skating culture. It's always been, I was really into it when I was younger, and it was still in its prime. And I've always just been I've always really liked it, and they do it so much justice in this show.
I will say this though, the one thing that I feel like is not I've talked about this in the last two episodes, and I still think it's right. Like the weight of when people shift, when they grind, the tricks that what was his name? Mia, the cat boy, Maya, Mia.
It's hard to remember his name.
All he reminded me of was that one tweet I saw when Genshin Impact came out that was like, God is a cat boy. That's all he reminds me of.
Yeah, fair enough. That fucking trick that he did when he fucking used the railing of the board on the track and to kind of like skid across it was fucking sick. Um, and I lost my train of thought. Whoops.
Honestly, I thought
Oh,
the whole
yes.
grinding on this side was at first I thought it was a suspension of disbelief, but then they actually described that he's not actually on the ground, he's on a bumper,
Mm-hmm.
which is like, well, fuck.
Right?
I guess thanks for explaining it out, so it doesn't seem impossible.
It was fucking sick. But all that is incredible. The one thing I feel like they don't, where the suspension of disbelief needs to be, is when they just keep eating pavement and they're fine. Like, Langa flew off his board and fell on the back of his neck. He should have been fucked up after that moment. They should have way more blood drawn and way more scrapes because eating pavement sucks. It burns. Like, it's like a really rough burn rash on your arm. Like, it takes the top layer of your skin off, and it's as someone who's eaten pavement before, as well as flown off a motorcycle. Like I'm, part of me is glad that they're not eating shit as bad as they should be. But the other part of me, like when Langa fell off his board when he first raced Mio and during the daytime, and he fell on his knees, that should have felt much heavier than it was. Like that should have really hurt him, but it didn't. So, and I guess part of the
The,
fantasy, but
the first couple episodes was a lot more generous with like having them being bandaged for several days in a row. They weren't as generous with that in this episode. I'm not really sure what the reasoning was for that, but yeah, they kind of stepped back from all the bandages for a minute.
I mean, I get it. It's anime, right? We have to have a story. But and it's not even like I'm upset about it. Like this is a nitpick at best. At worst, it's just like, yeah, they should be. The injuries should be a little bit more. If anything, as like a cautionary tale, just being like, hey, skating is incredible, and I'm glad everyone's having fun and enjoying the show. But be careful because it is also dangerous. But that being said, I don't think the characters act recklessly when it comes to their skating thing. I mean, Langa almost fucking died in the episode before this one, so
Look, he's learning.
Yeah. Are we ready for cards,
Sometimes
ladies and gentlemen?
learning means driving into traffic.
Yes.
Before we hold up cards, I do want to talk about Mia a little bit, Catboy. Um, Last week I said that I was apprehensive about this character, right? Because everyone's a little tokeny or tropey, but here we got Gamer Boy Cat Girl, Catboy, and I'm actually really glad how they did their character. It wasn't anything super new, but they added a level of vitriolic emotion to him that was genuine because he's obviously younger than a lot of people. Maybe a little background sounds. Well, there it is.
That.
Fucking called it.
Sorry.
Uh,
Sorry. There. Something fell off the counter.
Yeah.
What knocked that off?
Anyway,
Oh my god, that's a lit candle.
well, as we listen to the growing sounds of me burning alive,
Alright, I took care of it. I
Good.
don't know what knocks that off.
Well, ask the spirits in your home to respect the recording of this podcast, of this talk show.
There,
Tell
there's a
can they hear me?
spider web on it. There's a spider to this?
Can they hear me?
I don't.
Hey,
Guys, I
ghosts.
think a spider tried to kill me.
Hey, ghosts in Meep's house. Like, fuck with him after the show, please. We just want to get this done, all right? Cool. Thanks. Anyway,
Brad said to go fuck yourself.
damn, Brad's saucy today.
He's been hitting the sauce. It's okay.
Anyway, the ecto coolers.
Me too.
Thanks, Gilly. Anyway, so as yeah, Miwa's character is actually good. It's nothing mind breaking. It's nothing super new, but I actually really like how they did it. You know, he's had friends. He's a really good skater. His friends were really shitty to him because they feel like he's getting better. And there's this creepy subtext with Adam where he's kind of like I feel like Adam sponsors Mia, and he kind of keeps him under his thumb by continuing him to be insecure. Like the scene that I think made me really appreciate Mia's character, right, is like during the whole flashbacks. I'm like, okay, cool, I get it. Yep, he's bullied. He's really skilled. His friends don't want to be friends with him anymore, and now he's like he wants to be better than everyone because he's like, fuck it. If I'm gonna be alone, I'm gonna be the best. Okay, nothing new, but well done. But the scene before the actual race where Langa says he accepts his challenge when Miyu's being a little fucking shit. And Reiki flips out, like, "Who the fuck are you to like accept that I'm like?" Because the bet is like, if I win, your best friend is gonna be my dog, and Langa's like, "I accept," and Reiki's like, "Fuck, what? No, who are you to say you accept? This is like," and like she jumps on him and they start arguing. The amount of anger on Mia's face of just like seeing them be friends just pisses him off. I'm like, ooh, that's good. You're a toxic little shit, but that's really good character expression.
He's a damaged kid, and they did it quite well. And it actually was really nice at that moment where at the end of the episode with Reiki's like comment to him about how uh how they're all bonded and they'll never lose friends here, and his tearing up was just so good. It was good emotion.
Reiki is the most.
Adam, I know you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna make a joke. Adam, I know you want to fuck the kid. Don't fuck the kid, Adam. No, don't. Adam, Adam, don't fuck the kid.
Reiki fully embodies the power of friendship.
Reiki,
but in a good way.
Yeah, Reiki's the most non-protagonist I've ever seen.
I still that I know he's listed as a main, but I would argue that Reiki is a big character.
You're Gilly. Is he roboting for you as well?
Oh, I know.
Okay, you're good.
Okay, I said I know he's listed as supporting.
Nope. Hold on. Just hop out and hop back in, please.
Okay, what I said was but I would argue that he is a supporting because Langa is so much more present. But that's my nitpick.
That's an argument for later in the season, and my retort.
You're allowed to be wrong.
You're allowed to be wrong. My retort to that is that like they are indeed a duo. They would not be the characters they are without each other, and neither would be much of a protagonist. I think we would not hate. If Gilly's right, we should avoid hyperbole in life. Hate is supposed to be a very strong word, but I don't think we would like Reiki nearly as much as we do if he was a standalone character. I think that Langa's there to balance out his fieriness with his cool-headedness is just it's a classic red and blue combination. But I really like our characters, guys. I'm fucking the show. I'm fucking the show so hard.
But I would enjoy Langa just as much without Reiki.
I would not.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he'd be boring.
Langa was a lot more monotone and more expressionless until without Reiki's influence on him. he would just be a bland character that
Yeah, but
might be good at skating.
yeah, yeah, but we've seen a bland character become a really good character without, needing to be a duo with another. Look at Itadori.
I thought you were going to talk about Fushiguro. Fushiguro would be lame without Itadori's provocation in the first few episodes.
Well, no,
Yeah,
Itadori
he
got a
was.
lot of his character development from other people too.
He
A
did, but
lot
it
of it
wasn't
came from
specifically from.
Gojo.
Yeah, but
And part of Itadori's monotoneness, I'm pretty sure, was just how they were writing things in the beginning, because once his personality became apparent, it wasn't there anymore.
fair. Chekhov's grandpa, am I right?
But yeah, I'm gonna. This is my show. It is my number one. I love this show so much. I really do. It's so even now with an actual moment from our antagonist, an actual moment of like real tension. At the same time, this show is it doesn't go out of its way to make anything like super tense. Nothing is ever like life threatening uh uh in it, and I just prefer that. It's nice. It's nice to have something that just steps back, and it's nice, and all the tension is, it's pretty low level. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, it's really fun. It's not a lot of tension in it, and I don't think there has to be a lot of tension. I'm gonna fuck the show as well. It's really good. Longa is my favorite of the main characters this season. Like I'll go ahead and say it. I was fighting last season. I was fighting for Itadori as best main character. I won't be this season. Listen, unless something goes horribly awry, I'll lay my cards out right. Longa is the best main character this season for me. I am biased. I am Canadian, but I love him. And yeah, I'm gonna fuck this episode. But
Nice.
guys, something that is only tension, all the time. Uh Wonder Egg Priority, episode 2. Ai tries to make friends with the other girl but is given the cold shoulder. She then helps an egg who was abused by their coach, and after being hurt and remembering her friend being sexually assaulted, she ends up defeating the monster and making friends with the other girl who buys eggs.
To be
So
clear,
I wasn't
I don't
I
think.
wasn't wrong with that, right?
Hold on.
Ai's friend was.
No. I think you are. I don't think she was sexually assaulted. I think the bullying she underwent was sexual in nature because the students were like her bullies were thinking like she's fucking the teacher or something. They attacked her on a sexuality basis, but it is sexual assault. Like okay, so but let's not trim hairs or mince hairs, split hairs. There we go. Let's not split hairs. I don't think her friend was raped.
Yeah, if she was raped, I would have said raped.
Okay. The people trigger warning. Okay, so first of all, again, one direct priority. Hi everyone. This show, super content warning. This show deals with extremely dark, extremely personal, extremely traumatic events. There will be times in the doobly-doo or in the comments that you can skip to. Otherwise, pay attention to when this still of the egg is done, because then the show will be switching to a different conversation. However, this show we will be discussing very personal and dark things. So please bear with us. Feel free to call us out, but also understand that we're trying to discuss these kinds of subject matters with care, but also with care and tact, but also like we don't want to avoid them. So proceed.
Yeah, because we see that scene in the locker, and we hear the friend, talking, and they're you're seeing the friend getting pushed around and saying no, and the other girls are giggling. And then it cuts to when Ai is out of the locker and the girl is rebuttoning her shirt back up. So
Yeah, it's
that was definitely sexual assault.
it's a bullying thing you see in anime a lot actually, where girls will rip the clothes off of someone they're trying to bully as like this, and like calling like while like slut shaming them or sex shaming them. It's fucked up.
It actually is like a. I don't. I've never. I never dealt. I've never seen it personally. in the States, but I know it's a common thing for stripping people down to just to nothing is a bullying technique to just completely just expose them to the world and leave them with nothing.
Mm-hmm. It's
It's
so much of our
it's it's
image.
it's it's a lot of psychological torture there.
Yeah, so much of our image deals, especially in adolescence, deals with our like a presentation of how we're dressed, of how we are perceived by other people. Nudity and sexuality, especially in the West, in many places in the world, is treated like something very perverted or wrong. So you just it's such a harmful and mentally violent form of bullying. Uh, it's rough, and yeah, and God, it's such a tragic scene because I I is not a perfect character. She's not a hero. Like she is so flawed. She is. I just echoed off of me.
The
Hmm?
the moment after she gets out of the locker, where she couldn't get any good video of it because she was too scared,
But
was
sorry to just
the
jump right
just the
into it.
just the reaction from the other girl. She's not upset. She's telling her it's okay. You tried.
It's so
Was
much
really
sadder.
it
Sorry, go ahead.
is, but it just it is really sad, but it also just shows how much she cares. It's it is rough to watch.
I think it's even sadder than that because what I got from that scene, I I didn't do it because she was scared of the girls. I didn't do it because she didn't want the girls to turn on her if they found out that she was the one recording. Because there was a moment, at least this is how I interpreted it, that I was like I was scared of being turned on as well, which I guess is the same thing. She was scared of the girls, and then her friend. It wasn't that she forgave her. She's just like she we know what happens. Her friend kills herself, right? Her friend commits suicide. She jumps off their classroom balcony during some point in school. Just that blanket of just, you couldn't do it. Okay. And this almost willingness to just try again the next time because fuck it, this is my life now. It's so tragic. And this show, on a fundamental level, understands trauma and tragedy.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that scene. I was not digging the rest of the episode, though. I The rest of the episode felt really weird to me. And it just and not in the same like psychological horror aspect last episode. Like, don't get me wrong, I love shows that tell things through metaphor. I loved Adachi Toshimamura. I really enjoy Cells at Work. Cells at Work is all things about metaphor. It's comparing the human body to the Japanese work culture. And I can't really place a finger on why I wasn't feeling it this episode. Maybe it was because the fucking horrible titty monster that legitimately made me throw up.
Yeah, tell us about that, Meep.
I threw up all over my bed sheets when that titty monster came out. I almost got on my phone.
You
It was not.
you don't like how she shoots gooey sticky paint from her tits that hang
I,
down to her knees.
I don't
I
like that.
The transformation scene was incredible. What Meep had reaction again. I will argue in the show's defense in its artistic creativity and liberty. This is a powerful show, and the fact that it made Meep do that is a testament. You might not like the show for it, but you gotta fucking respect it. The sound design when it was exploding and turning into that fucking abomination, and its face is like really cartoony, but its body like the body language and the body design and the actual design and the animation, how it moves, is disgusting. It's repulsive, and it's supposed to be exactly that. And I think, honestly, the people who animated this and directed this and designed this would actually probably be glad to hear of your reaction, Meep, as fucked up as that sounds. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? I'm not happy you got sick, but I think it's incredible that you did.
I mean, yeah, but I still. It doesn't change the fact that this episode still felt very weird to me. And while I enjoy the metaphors, I enjoy the message it's trying to tell, I ultimately wasn't entirely entertained until. And obviously, I'm not entertained. I did get a sexual pleasure from the fucking scene where the girl is sexually assaulted. Don't misconstrue my words, because I know someone is gonna clip this. Obviously,
No,
not our viewers. Our viewers are good.
it,
Our viewers are
it
good.
it's okay, me. We know what you mean. Your sexual interest came with the coach transforming.
No, I just, I really just wasn't feeling. I can't even explain why. I just wasn't feeling entertained. I wasn't too into the gymnast character. Like, I don't get me wrong, I liked her, but I wasn't really into the whole actual central aspect of the episode. I really liked the flashback with the friend,
Mm-hmm.
but the actual egg scenes I'm not really digging. And that was the entire episode, was the coach and the egg, and the actual fight scene with the coach was sort of meh to me.
Oh,
I
come
don't
on.
know.
The fight was dope.
This doesn't, the fighting feels out of place.
It's
It
supposed to. It's not supposed to feel natural. They're
oh,
fucking schoolgirls. They're treating magical girls. They're doing the Madoka thing fucking right. I doesn't know what the fuck she's doing. She got really pissed off in the first episode, and that's why she was able to nuke the bully. But in this one, she got her shit kicked because she's just a girl against a monster, and only by understanding the gymnast's girl's trauma was she able to like activate her ribbon and gain an upper hand in the fight and working together. It's the narrative metaphor is incredible here.
they are. I just wasn't entertained.
No, I get it. I get it. And I said it from the beginning that this show might not be for everyone. And in fact, let me rephrase that. This show will not be for everyone. But I, it's just to me, it's as far as you're willing to submerge yourself in this. Because like to me, the girl was fascinating. I know people like that. I know people in gymnastics and dance. I've had partners who've told me very similar stories to what she went through. And the moment it clicked in my head what was happening, so like the girl in the first episode was bullied by suicide into suicide by her peers, by all like the fucking kill yourself and all the makeup and like the way they were like just making fun of her red hair. And in this episode, it was this young gymnast girl who just wants to do something in her life and I think really likes gymnastics, but her coach is just this fucking toxic, exploitive piece of shit and who put her through so much stress and mental abuse that drove her into suicide. I'm like, fucking hell, damn. Like, this show's, damn, just, And it's supposed to be disgusting. It's fucking chilling, man. The way she continues to internalize the abuse until she finally just has one friend, to stick up to her and stick through it with her is just, it's so important to be there for people.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying, but ultimate I can't even place why ultimately I wasn't entertained. It's it's odd for me because I love thought-provoking shows. Like Inuyashiki was really good. I really enjoyed Inuyashiki. It had a wonderful subtext. Golden Kamui I really enjoy so far. It's not that I don't like shows that speak through metaphor and shows that are thought-provoking. It's just I can't place it. I can't place my finger on why I wasn't entertained. It's just I I guess it feels like the metaphors and how pretty it is what the show has going for it. And I don't know, it feels like there just needs to be a little bit extra for me. I can't it's one of those things where I can't really explain why. like, are we ready for cards, or is there anything else you want to talk about?
I want to hear Gilly's thoughts on this more before we hold up cards. And there's a few things I want to bring up too, but I said my piece. You said yours. I'm very curious to hear Gilly's. No pressure, bud.
For the most part, I was a little warmer on this episode than the last one. And the thing is, though, the topics at hand in it, I was more just focused in on the actual fight and the just the inner demons brought to physical form kind of thing. The actual serious topics, I have the thing is, some people there's a lot of people that talk about the stuff and they want it portrayed accurately and talked about. I am not one of those people. I deal with this stuff and I don't like being reminded of it.
No, I get it.
I'm on the opposite end. It's why I avoid certain shows. It's why I couldn't watch 13 Reasons Why.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
It's a bit of
That
that
show was
Adachi
very
Toshimura. Yeah.
that show was very accurate.
Mm-hmm.
Very well produced in the first season.
All right. Well, then I'll bring up a few talking points on the show, and then we can hold up cards and see where everyone lands at the end. First things first. This show's fucking gorgeous. This is.
It is 100%. This is so. There's a lot of animation styles I enjoy. This is very reminiscent for me of like certain fucking Studio Ghibli films, and I
Right.
love it.
Right.
It has that kind of like attention to detail and like the little things. And I love
Yeah.
the way her jacket's designed. It moves, the water, the food, everything. It's so pretty.
Oh man,
the
I
way
love
people
Studio
walk.
Ghibli.
Fuck off me.
Ghibli.
Chibi.
Ghibli.
Yeah, this is like movie level quality of like movie degrees of like animation quality. It's astounding. And we get what, 12 episodes of this? Oof.
Yeah.
Yep.
Clover flexing on all the other fucking anime this season.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
Clover.
I will say, One Direct Priority, whatever happens to it, this show is gorgeous.
It's astoundingly beautiful to look at, and for
Like,
all the reasons we've mentioned.
There's so many. I like a lot of designs here, but this show really is very pretty.
Design wise too. We didn't talk about the new girl. I think, do we have her name yet?
We did. I don't remember what it is.
Yeah, only the thing I can say about her design.
Oh.
I've never seen a leotard like that. At first, I thought her skirt was ripped. I thought it was going to be a much darker topic they tackled with her.
I think we're going to get that in the
oh.
next few episodes. I don't think we're going to get that off the bat.
Yeah. I was like, oh, her skirt is torn and ripped. Oh no.
Yeah, I didn't understand her outfit too until they mentioned it's a leotard. I'm like, oh, that's what that is. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah, you can still you can. It was weird because it felt like the leotard was too small for her. Because you could see the shorts under it a little bit.
It could totally be too small for her because it absolutely possible. Just to add more to that awkwardness. Also, Neru, the new girl that we got to see. I thought the beginning was funny because it's funny. The beginning of the episode actually set me off on a different type of tangent where I was just like, stop being mean to Ai. Angry face in my notes is the first note I have. But then I got to start to thinking about it. Up until the second half of the episode, I was ready for Ai not to be a good person. Like, she's plagued with confidence and self-esteem issues, probably has a lot of like resentment towards the world for like being treated badly by people, and that has changed her as a person. And what she's doing right now is for selfish reasons. I think I made that decision too quickly because by the end of the episode, I saw a lot of selflessness in Ai that, given the chance, she will open up and care about people. And when the gymnast girl disappears at the end, she's still left sad because, succeed or not, these people have died. And I'm really curious to see how Ai's character plays because while Neru isn't nice, she does seem to be kind and genuine because I think she lost her sister and I think it's implied that her sister killed herself and she blames herself for not being able to be there for her. And this is psychologically fascinating. I want to see it all explored. Also, is the teacher fucking her mom?
Yes. We have no evidence, but I want to believe.
Right?
There's no evidence to back that up, but I want to believe it on blind faith.
I want to understand why he was asking if she hated him.
That seems like a question you ask
That
your
that feels
partner's
like
child.
that feels like a very interesting thing for him to say. That could have a lot of different connotations.
I don't think he's. Are you trying to imply that he might be sexually abusive toward her?
No, but also the whole thing they brought up with like the teacher eating her friend's fat. There's a lot of connotations from that are not directly applied or addressed.
Oh, do you think it's the same teacher?
I'd assume so because it seems to be within the same time frame.
Mm,
Not it doesn't seem to be like it's that far afterwards.
I didn't think about that.
Oh, I probably blame.
Oh, Meep, you cut out.
I have no idea what you said. Yeah,
I probably blames him on a level.
Oh, for sure, 100%. If that's the case, 100% if she blames him.
like it's got a lot of possible connotations to it, and her response didn't really bring a lot of comfort to it.
See, when I saw that scene, what it sounded to me is like my parents are divorced, uh, so I've had to experience that kind of moment before, and what dudes do when they meet the kids of their partner, they are like oh hey, like they feel awkward, so they try to immediately clear up the air, and that's what it felt like he was doing. Like, hey, I'm fucking your mom. Like, do you hate me? Like, do you hate me? Do you not want me here? Like, are we cool? Like, that's how I read that. However, if he's the teacher from her friend, then maybe they're not fucking, and that's where all that's coming from, or it's both. This show is complicated. I can see whatever, man.
Dal sees a male and female character on screen, turns to the camera. Oh, they fucking.
No,
No,
maybe
because
that's
they walked
you.
out of his mom's room together. Fuck you. Don't you
Listen,
put that evil on
bully
me.
me for it. I can bully you for it. Listen, don't worry. As long as none of us end up as an egg, the bullying is okay.
Oh, that actually, I
But
good joke, good joke. I get where you're. Like, it's smart joke, maybe not smart, but clever, right? But that's fucked up.
it is. Listen. I am comfortable making those kinds of jokes when it comes to that as someone that has struggled with those experiences. Won't get it. I won't get more into that because it might be too TMI for our audience.
Fair enough. Last thing I have to say before we hold up the card. Maybe it's because I know what to expect from this episode this time around. But did anyone feel like this episode wasn't quite as dark as episode 1 was?
Ah,
Don't get me wrong, it was plenty dark, but it just didn't feel as painful as the first episode.
I will disagree mainly because when her friend killing herself had impact, the sexual assault scene also had impact. I think it was just more along the lines of we knew what to expect this time.
Yeah, that's fair.
If we're ready to hold up cards, I am going to fuck this episode. I
Yay.
have a except for in extreme circumstances like X-Arm, I give 3 episodes before I try to give 3 episodes before I hold up a knife.
No
And this
more
one
X.
hasn't done anything egregious yet.
I'm gonna see you becoming. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna shut up. Yeah, cool. Gilly?
I I am going to I'm going to fuck this episode, but I'm really on like an edge with this show. It's not even that I can call it bad, it's that I just don't like this kind of stuff. I
I
don't like
That
these
is totally
topics, and I don't like I don't like going through this, and it makes me a different, just a queasy kind of uncomfortable, the unsettling kind of feeling that you get in your, like, deep in your stomach,
mm-hmm.
and it is like
that's
building
totally
up, and honestly it's building for me the more I'm watching,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm hoping I'm giving it one more episode before I just have to start not.
Okay, so we haven't discussed this yet, but and if you guys disagree, I'm not. This isn't a. This is a. I'm proposing this. Last season, we had a few shows that made Gilly uncomfortable. Adachi Toshimamura, but that was more on like a interpersonal relationship thing. This show is not Adachi Toshimamura. This show deals with extremely sensitive subject matter, and I would just like to propose this. We can discuss this in person, behind closed doors, but if we continue watching this show, Gilly, you don't have to. Like, if this is causing you actual, like, psychological stress, I don't think, show or not, it's just a fucking talk show that we're doing. The point of this is to have fun. I don't think we should keep you to it. Like, personally, I think both. I thought you guys were both gonna knife this show. I thought it was going on the wheel with fucking Code Black, but
Nah, that's next week.
Look,
um,
I was thinking about it the whole time we were talking, and the thing is, what keeps me going through the episodes without having as much difficulty as I've had with shows that deal with this subject matter in such a strong way is I can focus in on the actual super, like, ridiculous transformations and personifications of demons, because at the end of the day I can just look at something that is egregious and watch the fight scene, and that's what I can focus in on to deal with the and it was on the later half of the episode, so it let me bring my mind off of everything else.
yeah, it's just
Yeah,
I feel like you said yourself, Gilly. This show's not. I don't think the show's gonna light up. It's only gonna go deeper in. So I just want to say your thoughts on this matter. I just think like if it gets too much for Gilly, like a show like this, you're not obligated to watch. I would love to continue watching the show with you two and continue discussing it, but if it means like actually causing you distress, it's not worth it.
well, what my thoughts are is that, yeah, we should keep a lookout for shows like that. Shows that advertise themselves to be this way. Oh, wait.
Don't you fucking start this again, Meep. I will, like, we're already 10 minutes past our time slot for this one show.
I'm sorry, you just gave me a perfect opportunity to dunk on the advertising for this again.
I still think that the media campaign, because that's what it was a media campaign for this, was brilliant. It was misleading,
Yeah.
yes, but that is different than false advertising. But let's save that for next week. I'm fucking this show. I'm fucking this show. I'm fucking the show. I'm fucking the show. I'm fucking the show. This show is incredible. This episode is brilliant. Meep, shut the fuck up.
I can't stop. Ignore me. Just ignore me.
This episode it's equally brilliant, and it's gorgeous, and it has me constantly thinking about it. I watched this episode and then I went to make dinner, And I thought about it throughout the whole cooking process and then having dinner. This is thought provoking. This is I am shaking both out of just like fear and excitement for this show. The fight was dynamic and gorgeous. The sound design is impeccable and on point. The animation, already spoke about it, incredible. They are the budding friendship between and this girl is really cute. It was a really nice, wholesome moment to kind of bring us back from what this episode did, like showed us. Ai's different personalities, or like different sides to her personality, are fascinating. The trauma expressed is heart-wrenchingly tragic. It is done incredibly in both accuracy and metaphor. This show is great. Watch it, please. I will be buying this when it comes out. I really hope this show continues. I really want to continue watching the show with you guys. I'm a little scared and a little more than sad to know that this show probably won't make it. But I will always look forward to this part of each FMK episode this season.
It's just, I don't know. It's a different beast, but you want to know what is also a beast?
X-Arm.
We don't have to talk about that because the monster manual classifies giant spiders as beasts.
X-Arm's fucking dead.
But Spider didn't pick the large, lesser Tarserect. In this, So I'm a Spider, So What, Episode 3, Spider starts getting chased by some humans as the other reincarnated kids have to fight and kill an Earth Dragon, as Spider comes face to face with an Earth Dragon in the caves. Nothing fucking happened. Again. The kids are...
You roboted out. You roboted out. The kids?
I said, I'm sorry, but the kids are boring.
They're fucking boring, man. I don't care about them at fucking all. They're awful. The only good one is Fire Emblem Lord Boy, and I can have him in any Fire Emblem game.
Why does the sister want to fuck the brother? Which,
why does the sister want to fuck the brother?
So what I learned, and this was the show's way of trying to make it okay, is she wasn't reincarnated. She's the brother to the guy who did get reincarnated, but she isn't reincarnated.
No,
so
yeah.
They were... But that's still incest.
That's
but the
worse.
show tries to make it okay.
No, that's worse. You realize how that's worse, right? Because they actually are related.
I said the exact same thing to the person that told me that.
Yeah.
Because that person reads the light novel, which... So this is based off the light novel and not the manga. Because the light novel focuses a lot more on the kids as only Spider.
Why?
I wish they would have went with the manga, because maybe that would have been better.
The kids are fucking boring, man. I don't care about... The only one I care about is the redheaded girl, who was a guy and now is a redheaded girl, but she's a girl now, so she's less important. The only good thing... The only funny thing, question mark, from the fucking moment of the rest of the cast was fucking cleric girl who's fucking crazy. And I was watching it with a friend, and we were able to make the joke of, like, be nice to the cleric. They'll either be your best friend or your worst enemy.
The teacher gets unceremoniously murdered.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, he fucking dies.
That guy's just dead.
The guy's dead, yeah. He got petrified and then fucking eroded. Also, the dragon's fucking ugly. It's so ugly.
It looked like the Dragon Ball Z T-Rex.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It did feel a little bit, yeah.
I literally called the little dragon Gohan when it killed that fucking thing.
Because it's purple?
It was the circa 1999 Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
It had little fucking dinky arms, and it was so awkward. It was like, yeah, on the fucking, when it came out of the Earth Dragon was so stupid.
Gilly, did you enjoy the kids?
The kids, not so much. No, I still enjoyed watching this episode, but I didn't enjoy those kids.
I like the spider. I'm surprised.
I actually had a really good time with this spider this episode, and there's just some fun things with it, like the fact that with all those massive level ups, she now has to eat a lot more to regain her stamina. Fucking eats all that snake, and the gauge is still not full.
Can we talk about the snake scene for a moment? I never expect this show to be as bloody as it fucking is. And like it that was an uncomfortably realistic depiction of eating the snake. Like anatomically correct snake skeleton, anatomically correct tendons and blood, and I was like, I respect it, but I'm also uncomfortable, and I watched One Direct Priority.
they put they put some detail into it, and
Some?
the also I think one thing I really enjoyed was going through all the skill up things, just detection and web control. The web control thing with the fucking animated Spider-Man joke.
Okay, that was good. That was good.
That was fun.
I'm not a fan of the cum dumpy web that the spider has, but this not Spider-Man joke was funny.
What's wrong?
The
What's wrong with the splort webs?
I
this
I don't know what makes me. I know I do know what makes me more uncomfortable. The cum dump web makes me more uncomfortable than the fucking ultra realistic gore. At least that's cool.
if it was just the spider in this anime, I think I could deal. But knowing these kids are supposed to be just as big, if not a bigger part of the anime than the actual spider is, I can't keep watching this. It's just the kids are boring. The spider stuff is very hit or miss for me. I don't. I'm also tired of the head empty isekai character trope. Like, oh, they're head empty dumbass. That's their character. I'm tired of that trope. I don't know. I don't have anything else to say about this episode than that. But hey,
I don't know. I think I think part of the big difference is you and Dalaran are like burned out on isekais, and I've watched so few. The concept of the whole the concepts of a lot of this show, because I haven't watched as many, are not something I've dealt with a whole bunch.
Yeah, no, Gilly's right.
So I'm just here. I'm here with fairly fresh eyes.
I need to show you Kimono Michi. That is a really good comedy isekai. I need to show it to you at some point.
Yeah, no, Gilly's absolutely right. That's exactly what I was thinking when Meep was saying what he was saying. Is that like I do like the spider. I am surprised that I like the spider because I did not like the spider episode 1, but more of the jokes are starting to land for me. She's just charming. I think I like the spider because I Weewoos. I think I like the. God damn it! It's like 1:20. Shut the fuck up.
But Dalaran, don't you love how the spider only had 5 minutes in this episode?
No, it had to be more than that.
No, the kid stuff took up like 14, 15 minutes.
I'll get back to that. I'll get back to that in a minute. With the spider, it's just like the voice actress for her. She's having so much fun, and she's both trying really hard and she's having so much fun with it. And I just enjoy hearing her have fun in this role. The jokes don't land for me, but the performance and the delivery does. I mean, but yeah, as for what you just said, Meep, I don't know. I kind of, if anything about this show, I'm kind of curious about seeing Spider's Dogma, Arisen Spiderling, and the fucking closing scene. I'm glad that joke landed. I'm glad that joke landed.
Yes, I've played a lot of that fucking game.
But Dalaran, can you handle more of these kids being the main characters?
That's the question that I'm weighing in my head right now because spoilers. not spoilers, but look behind the scenes. Normally, I have my vote set up. I do not have a vote for this episode of Spiderling because I'm 50-50. So this conversation will decide how I vote.
These kids are so dull.
They're so
boring. And like I said, they're supposed to be as big, if not a bigger part of the show than the spider. Because this is based off the light novel, not the manga. And I know that's meta. But it's... I have a friend that reads the manga, and I have a friend that reads the light novel, and I was actually in a call with them, and they were talking, and don't worry, I made sure to tell them, no spoilers, and they were just talking about the differences between those, and I remember, because when he mentioned, yeah, no, the kids are a lot bigger part in the light novel, I leaned into my mic and did this, I went, you fucking what? I got so unreasonably upset when I heard that. I was like, fuck, these kids I'm gonna have to put up with more than the spider? No, I don't. I'm not for this ride. I gotta kill this show.
I while I am most invested in our spider, while the most of the kids I don't have much of a care for, I'm also interested in the other non-human of them
The fucking
in that
dragon
group.
girl?
Yeah, little dragon girl. There hasn't been much with her. It's been kind of bland, and I'm just curious.
She sucks too.
She is the worst for me.
Oh no, the worst is the fucking fighter dude. The fucking Prince King fighter asshole. He's just annoying.
Also, why were they all reborn as nobles? That's extremely coincidental.
Yeah, well, just 'cause fucking isekai. But like, okay, not to dismiss what Gilly said. I get where you're coming from. You know, she's a kin eater. Now she has to decide, and she might have eaten her fucking father. I think I just decided I'm gonna have to hold up a knife. I don't care. I don't. I like the spider. I do. I. The only thing, like, I know I made a joke, but I kind of want to see the continuation of Spider's Dogma. Like, we might, but again, I've seen that in Slime, where he meets a really powerful dragon and kind of does a thing. Uh, Again, I've done the isekai trip before many times, and at this point, I'm not getting anything new here, which sucks because I kind of wanted to fuck this show one more time just to see where it goes. But as we're talking about this today, I'm realizing, like, I said that last episode, I said that first episode, and the show just keeps stringing me on cliffhangers, and I don't like that. I don't want my interest in a show to be based solely off of cliffhangers.
It keeps stringing you along its spider
God
webs.
damn it, Gilly.
What say you, Gilly?
Oh, one last thing before the final verdict. I think another thing that actually like made me decide to kill this show is that this show had a number of weird visual cuts, like visually weird cuts. Like the way they cut to the ending, the transition to the ending song was really fucking jarring, and there was like moments where they like cut frames in a way that made me stop watching the show, pause, rewind, and look at it again. So if the show's not even going to be composed well, then I don't feel right fucking it anymore.
Yeah. What say ye, Gilly?
I'm gonna fuck this show.
That is
I
fair. That is.
I just I get a lot of enjoyment out of it. It's just fun for me. And yeah, the whole thing with the kids fell very flat. I kind of just I kind of didn't pay as much attention to that scene because everything about it just felt so eh. But
Yeah, I guess.
everything else in this episode just brought me a lot of joy.
Yeah, that was the thing that made me hate my life about XR. I'm reading the synopsis, so I have to fucking pay attention to that show.
That means we have a wheel tonight, boys, right?
Well, it depends.
Well, something could get the triple knife.
It's true. It's true.
For example, Musho Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, could get the knife in this. Musho Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation, Episode 3. Rudy meets a totally not girl, definitely a boy, and stops bullies from hurting them. He argues with his dad and wins, but during a bath, he pulls Silpha's pants down and learns they are a girl. Then they make up.
The amount of time the word Shotokan happened in this episode upset me. The amount of times it happened made me want to close my window. Because the first time I was already upset. Then it happened, I think, 3 more times? Two or three
Yep.
more times?
So
It was really trying to sell you that, this was totally a boy, definitely not a girl. No one could have saw that twist coming.
okay, so this is actually embarrassing, but I actually thought Sylph was a boy.
You fucking fool.
I was so busy paying attention to how just absolutely gorgeous this episode. I get, guys. I know this show looks so fucking good. Dalaran, liking the visuals, aesthetic of a show, but no, like this episode is like visually lovely. Like holy shit. We'll talk about it in a second, but I think I was more paying attention to just how pretty everything was to actually realize that. I mean, I wasn't surprised. Like by the time the bathtub scene happened, I was like, oh, okay, Sophie's a girl. But she's a child, so I didn't think much of it. But yeah, the show fooled me. I was like, yeah, it's a boy, handsome boyfriend, friend boy.
But Dalaran, womanizing is in the family.
Yeah, he's a fucking fighter. You've never played a fighter that was like a flirt? His dad's a Chad.
I mean, but he's married. Okay, though I do imagine the maid joins in sometimes, or the maid watches, or he
Oh.
watches, or she watches.
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
I feel like the maid is too no nonsense for that.
I think she needs to be, otherwise this house would fall apart.
She's so fucking like serious. She's the kind of character that gives you the vibes of she'll do her job, but she might stab you.
You know what I think the most popular dojins will be of this series, or not the most popular dojins. I think the dojin couple that you'll see a lot in this series, if she's of age, is Roxy X Maid.
Listen, I'm just sitting here waiting for fucking the main character to see he has little brothers. One looks like his dad and his mom. Okay. One looks like the dad and the maid. That's a bit weird. One looks like the mom and the maid. Wait a second.
She has magic.
Hold on. I just love that thought. Like, wait, but who gave birth to who?
Guys, this show is so fucking pretty.
It's pretty. It doesn't make
that is something I will give it. Is it is well designed and it looks nice. The characters, the backdrops, the animations. It's all very aesthetically pleasing.
It doesn't make up for the softcore child porn scene.
Wait, what softcore child porn scene?
Where he's trying to pull the pants down.
Oh, come on, Meep. Come on.
Focus in on him staring at this naked child. The dude is 34.
Meep, come on. Don't do that. There was nothing sexual about that scene.
How can you not say that? He literally says, as it looks like he's looking at the Holy Grail, the one thing I yearned for my entire life.
No. Okay, let's talk about this. So, for the context at home, there's a scene where protagonist boy and Rudy and Sylph, who he thinks is a boy at this point, get caught in the rain after playing outside all day. And so that his friend doesn't catch a cold, he's just like, let's go take a bath. We're both boys. And Sylph is being really shy, and Rudy being... The thing is, though, like... Yes, there are things that need to be discussed here. We'll talk about it in a second. But, like, Rudy, being the fucking man-child that he is, in a child's body, is just like, oh, Sylph is really shy and insecure and bashful. And he's just being silly about it. And it was just boys being boys. Like, Rudy felt terrible about it. Like, he was really ashamed of what he did. And the whole, like, the thing I wanted to see my whole life was him saying, like, he has never seen a naked woman. He has spent how many, God knows how much times looking at naked women and vaginas on his computer and jerking off as an adult, which is disgusting. I'm not saying that what he was is good, but like he was shocked. He really thought he was just hanging out with a boy, and being the child that he is, both as a child right now and mentally unexperienced because he lived a life of nothing. He froze. He didn't know what the fuck to do. It wasn't sexual for him. He just, oh, vagina.
But a 34-year-old man should know no means no, and not have fucking done that. First of all, and second of all, well, it may not have been sexual for him. It's it's presented to the audience like it's such a gross scene.
I will agree that Sylph was surprisingly conscious about her nudity for a child. That was weird to me.
It's a grown-ass man, 34-year-olds, whether he's mentally young or not, he should know. No means no.
Again, it wasn't sexual. You're talking about children. This isn't sexual.
But no means no. It's like I get where you're coming from, but at the same time, it's the dad waved it off as, the kid, oh, he's just a kid, but we know he's not. He's a 34-year-old man in this child's body, and he should know no means no. There are boundaries that were crossed, and the context that he's a 34-year-old man makes it gross to me.
I don't like that he's a 34-year-old man. That premise of this whole fucking show bothers me from the very beginning. I thought that scene was well done. I thought that scene was really, like, I saw that, and growing up with siblings that I have 7, 14, and 18 years difference with, and seeing them grow up and helping raise them and seeing them play with their friends in different ages, I looked at that scene and I was like, yep, that's kids being kids. And that's also, like, I don't know how old they are now. If they're like 9 or 10, that's like kids learning about being not kids. It wasn't sexual.
One of them isn't a kid, though.
That's the fucking problem with the show, innit?
Like, why did this have to be an isekai? Why couldn't we have just fucking... I don't know. Is there anything else you two want to say about this episode?
Gilly?
I do not.
Speak up, brother.
I can't believe the anime killed him.
I do not.
I think Gilly's done with this too.
Other than that, I did enjoy the scene where he wins the argument against his dad. His dad was kind of being out of line in that moment.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
I don't like how he did it, but I liked that it happened.
Yeah, I mean, he was being emotionally manipulative about it, but he had a point. Like, dude, you're not letting me finish my side of the fucking story. My dad does the same thing to me. I understood where he was coming from.
Yeah, no, I think we all do.
I'm ready for cards if you two are.
Yeah.
I am gonna stick a knife in this show. I don't have any other closing thoughts.
Gilly?
Shotokan, what a handsome boy. When he's an adult, he'll have all the girls all over him. He'll never have any issues with girls. I don't like this show.
I don't either.
It happens too many times, and that wasn't just trying to, like, convince you that was trying to drive some uncomfortable point home for me. I can't. I have to kill the show.
Now, Dalaran, are you gonna put this on the wheel, or are you gonna put this down?
Oh man, guys, against all odds, this episode kind of won me back. I'm sorry.
I hope this one dies.
I really,
I hope it dies.
I'm not. This isn't super happy. This isn't me like, oh guys, what are you talking about? No, I'm not. As you guys can hear, I am not arguing against you. I'm just, seeing the relationship with Sylph and I think I'm echoing off of someone, so someone lower the volume. Seeing the relationship with Sylph kind of become a thing, and just seeing her character being a child, like just getting to grow up and become a person is what I think is happening. Maybe I'm choosing to look at this on the better side. Maybe I'm looking for the best in this show because it's so pretty. I don't know, but the relationships being shown here are genuine, and between dad and son, between Rudy and Sylph, I don't think our character is a good guy. I will never think that he's a good guy. The fact that he's an adult man in a child's body creates a lot of issues, and honestly makes the show more uncomfortable than it needs to be. But I really want to think that it's doing this on purpose, and it's going somewhere with it. So I'm giving it another chance. The show's really pretty, and it's nice to see him becoming a more well-mannered person and not a fucking degenerate. The perviness is still gross. Like, let me go on fucking record. The perviness is still gross. I was ready to knife the show when this fucking episode opened up him pulling out Roxy's panties. Fucking stop. You're gross. Be better. But we got a lot less of it this episode. We got this really interesting scene with his character where, because like during the fight with his father, he's like, I'm fighting back because I'm not making excuses. But when he fucked up with Sylph, he shut up, he sat in his bath, and he apologized over and over and over again. He knew he fucked up. So the relationship between him and his father feels really genuine too. So I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm fucking this episode, guys, and I want to see what else it does.
It's not like this show doesn't have good things. Legitimately, I think the mother is one of the best side characters this season, just because the father mentions, oh, yeah, soon you're going to be going out and finding girlfriends. And then the kid goes, oh, yeah, I'll find a girl that'll rival mom. And then, like, the mother has this really genuine reaction of, oh, he's such a good boy. And she's just such a caring and loving mother. Why couldn't this show be about her? I want more of her and the dad and the maid. I want a hentai of the mom and the dad and the maid.
And Roxy.
I still don't know if she's a child yet, so I won't say.
Yeah, how fucking old is Roxy? Well,
Ageless demon.
The ageless demon.
Want to know what else has demons in it?
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Me at night when I'm trying to sleep.
Suppose a kid from the last dungeon Boonies moves to a Sparta town. Episode 3. Marie takes Lloyd to the house, and Rico and Sullen find out she is the princess. And then the festival happens, where they find out gray-haired recruiter was controlling the king, but not really, because the demon lord possessed the king. What the fuck was this episode?
Yeah.
There's a lot to digest in this episode. I think they kind of overloaded with shit. And then there was some really, oh god, one really bad scene.
Yep.
The fucking fair. I think a couple of us were trying so hard to make the relationship with the ancient Lolly and Lloyd innocent, but fuck if it is not.
Yeah.
I spoke about it before. Like, okay, Lloyd is cute. I mean, Lloyd's a good looking, he's cute. He's really adorable. He's absolutely adorable. Everyone being 15 and the chiefess being like Hestia over him, like, I just don't make it sexual. And this episode they made it sexual, like explicit.
Not even just Slightly, yeah. Let's
Yeah.
play chocolate banana.
Let's chocolate banana time. I got the chocolate and you got my banana, Lloyd. What the fuck? That. No.
This show is why? Why is this show? It was so good in episode 1.
It really
Episode 2 was
was.
so
Like,
great.
even
Like,
I could have been so much. I would have been so much happier if they just didn't do that.
I might have. I might. Whatever. I'm not gonna hold up cards yet. Let's keep talking about it. Yeah. So this episode. Huh. All right. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the pace. So what happens this episode? More of the same
Oh,
you're
shit.
gonna have to give us a
fucking
fucking minute.
a
It's
fucking lot.
everything. I literally had to check episodes this was. I was like, is this gonna be a 4-episode anime? What the fuck? Like,
There was so much. They packed a lot. They packed too much into this episode, and they put twist after twist with, you know, our Mar- our Marie being the lost princess being the one that I'm still confused about.
Why? Why does she need to be the princess? There's two ways to look at this series. We can talk about it we are right now seriously, or we can talk about it not seriously, where shit just happens, lol. But like, why? Why?
because this twists need to happen because the king is possessed by a demon lord.
Like, that was such an unnecessary twist. And it was the first one of the episode, but it wasn't the only one.
The
And
first,
that's also
yeah,
annoying.
yeah. Well, it wasn't like explicitly. Yeah, I guess it was the first one where former Knight Captain Brigadier Gran, except it wasn't Brigadier Gran, just fucking runs up to the Marie and he's like, I am your knight, princess," and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool. And then it's just and the shit keeps coming and it don't stop coming and it don't stop coming and it don't. Why? Like it's just. Uh,
A
The king
lot of
breaks. Sorry.
it's the it was there was it's too much.
it's not even good.
The king held the daughter's Kit Kat bar.
Oh, yeah, they broke Marie's arm off camera. Cool.
It's what else is there to say about this episode?
Lloyd's design is really cute. I think the character designs are in the show really good. I liked Meltfen. They made him a villain with like barely any explanation. It's yeah, I guess it really isn't. I thought it was just gonna be me today, just not excited about this show, but it looks like we're all kind of there, huh?
Oh, this episode has really brought me down a lot with this show, and it actually kind of makes me depressed because I've been excited and enjoying this show.
I
And
since
it was such a drop. Like, last episode obviously wasn't as great, but it was just such a heavy drop from then to now.
Yeah, for me,
It felt like
for me,
oh,
yeah,
sorry.
for me, this episode felt more like what was wrong with episode 2. Like more of what I didn't like about the last episode. It was more about the side characters and some plot that obviously doesn't fucking matter. Lloyd being painfully humble and everyone just freaking out about him. Sorry, me. You go on.
I'm just. Are we ready for
No,
cards? Because
one last thing before we hold up cards. Earlier I said like we can take this show really seriously or we can try not to take it seriously, and I tried. Like I thought about this, and you know, like earlier I'm like, oh cool, this is our Kuma Bear. This is just OP nonsense and it's just having a good time. Except it's not, because in Kuma Bear the characters are consistent and they're actually fucking characters. They serve a fucking purpose. And here, everything I'm watching is pointless. Like, I know everything that's happening on the screen doesn't fucking matter. And it's not as cute or as funny as Kuma Bear. It also doesn't have any bears. We're severely lacking bears in this Kuma Bear. So, like, for the people who will be like, oh, just, like, don't, like, why are you taking the show so seriously? It's an isekai comedy. And I'm like, okay, can you show me where the funny parts are? Because we got more grasshoppers again. And Melfan gets kicked on the butt again and then shoved into a wall again. Like, Marie gets a nosebleed. Can you show me where the comedy is? Because I can get everything I'm seeing here elsewhere.
Meow.
Yeah, that was...
Oh, Dalaran, here's the comedy. You have the banana.
Ugh, yeah. Let's hold up cards.
Gilly, you go first. I want to hear what you do.
I mean, Gilly by all means, but that sounds sus as fuck, Meep.
This is his baby. I want to hear if he puts it down or not.
I need to give it one last chance.
Okay.
I need to hope. I'm going to fuck it, but fuck it. It is. If it continue, there's no way I can after if it does this again. I can't even watch it in my spare time if it does this again.
Meep, lower the volume on your computer a little bit because we're echoing off you.
Lower
Like,
your guys' volume.
I'm giving it its last opportunity because I know it can be better.
We're still echoing.
I'm lowering your guys' volume. How's it now?
Gilly, you're fucking this show, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. I can't. I'm knifing it. I thought I was coming in with like a lukewarm reception of it, but talking about it with you guys just now, just like I'm done. I wanted to like the show. I think its character designs are really good. But when the fucking thirsty, obsessive female lead is not the worst part of the show, then that's pretty bad. Like, I should be not liking Belt Hime, but, like, they took my one character that I really like. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I think the scene between Marie and the princess, Belt Princess, and fucking mercenary girl was cool. But the show's run out of... The novelty has worn off, and the fucking banana thing was when I knew I was going to give it a knife.
I'm right there with you. I'm putting a bullet in this old yeller.
It's in this old lollygramma.
Like, we didn't even get to talk about the meow. That was funny, at least.
It's the same... Okay, every week she's going to have a different curse. Cool. It's just not for me, man. If you find this show funny, that's fine. If you excuse the lollygramma thirsting after a 14, 15-year-old Lloyd, that's not fine. If you enjoy the show...
She's 1,000+ years old.
I don't think that...
No, but guys, it's okay, because he's a guy.
No, it's not. It's not. Shota.
Oh, God.
Meep, lower the volume. Or put on headphones.
I did. I lowered you guys all to 50%.
Well, we're still echoing, and that's a problem. Anyway. Yeah, so, we have a big wheel today, boys.
Half the show's on it.
Seriously, holy shit.
Which also means that this is not going to be as... which also means this season is going to have a lot less shows by the end.
Well, hey, maybe Idoly Pride or Horimiya will make it on, though I doubt Horimiya
Fuck
will.
you.
Just with
Fucking Gilly, fuck you.
Want to know what show I want to make it on the wheel, though?
Don't play your hand so fast, Meep, jeez.
What have I been saying about this show every week, Dal?
I mean, XR?
Idoly Pride, Episode 3. Katono and the others continue to settle in, and Katono's friend joins the group. However, an idol group called Liz Noir visit them and give them a private lesson. However, the manager is told that he will regret the transgression.
Alright,
so just happens.
So Liz Noir is fucking fire, right? Like,
they are.
I can agree with that.
I like the girlfriends.
Like, Liz Noir brought the heat. First of all, both of them look great. Their fucking outfits, like, their designs are, like, lovely. I I think yellow-eyed girl was my preference. But like the ending, we got an ending this episode, and it was them singing, and like, yo, they're legit good. Like, that was good. They fucking turned it up.
Are they dating? Like, I felt like the ending was
God
implying that.
fucking damn it, Meep.
The ending shows them naked, holding each other. I'm
They're
sorry. I
idols. Sex sells, Meep.
I know. I don't know if they're dating for the idol bit. I've heard of people dating other idols just for the fucking publicity. That's what I'm asking. Are they dating?
No, not everyone is cute lesbians, Meep.
They don't have to be. They could be dating just because their producers are making them. Fucking, that happens all the time.
Yeah, that'd be fucking gross.
I was bored this episode, man. I got nothing to say.
I really enjoyed like I'm really enjoying the simplicity of all of this, and the whole ghost bit was not used as heavily this episode. So
Thank you. I'm with Gilly.
I
There's a
enjoy the
change at the
simplicity
show.
of it because it's just showing them. It's just showing an actual like very straightforward, simple pathway as they're working their way up into being idols, and they're going through the legitimate steps. Like learn they're learning some choreography from people that are actually in the industry, and it's actually well choreographed and not fucking bad like other things.
Speaking, since we're talking about the training sequence, I need to take a moment to appreciate the sound design, especially in the training period.
About the sneakers squeaking.
Yeah, the sneaker squeaking, the foot stomping, the clothes shifting, like all of that was really fucking well made. Like that was really, really good sound design. Like we had like a couple of nice moments where like, you know, some soft music plays in the background, or when our protagonist girl, when, you know, Emoto is like running and you can hear her jogging, but like it really it made me feel like I was there, man. Like the team put in some fucking effort, and it was nice.
Me?
Unlike Cells at Work Code Black, where when everyone claps it sounds like hands, but when main character claps it sounds like gloves, even though they're all wearing gloves. Anyway, yeah, just I thought that was really cool, and like the whole training sequence, I'm with Gilly. I thought it was really nice to see. I mean, it's one of the reasons you watch idol shows, right? Like that's one of the joys of idol anime is seeing the training montages and stuff like that. You know, that's equally part of it as like the actual concert and the drama and the speeches and the music. So that was dope. Um, Also, this show legitimately made me laugh twice. Like really, like genuinely laugh out loud, like full on laugh. The first time was when fucking Sakura was like, "I'm here because my heart beats really fast," and just everyone silence. No one said anything. Everyone just like, alright, you fucking crazy ass bitch. Like, just no one had anything to that. They're like, okay. I I found that funny. Because everyone's like sharing their dreams. Like, why are we here? And I might have disconnected. Hello?
Hello.
Whoops.
There are
Sorry about that, guys.
way too many fucking characters in this show.
Sorry, was I was going on there for a minute and I think my audio cut out. I couldn't hear anyone. If I was talking over someone, I apologize.
You're fine.
Yeah, but did my point the funny bit get across? Sorry, I'm a little disoriented now.
Yeah,
That...
that came. It went through.
Okay, cool. Yeah, and I heard me saying something about there being too many characters.
I was just saying, there's way too many fucking characters in this show. I can't keep track of anyone. They all have the same, like, their designs are all samey. It has that Dragon Ball Z same face going on.
I don't know if I agree with that. In fact, I don't agree with you on that.
The only
but
thing that sets them apart is their hair. If you took off their hair, you would not be able to tell anyone apart.
no,
Yes.
No, they have different eye colors. They have different face shapes. The two sisters actually look like
And
sisters.
I can't remember any of them because they're all fucking the same.
You just
They're
don't
all
like.
the
You
same
just don't like
person,
idols
all
and
the
moe.
same character. None of them are special. I hate the show.
Anyway, the other laugh I got was actually the fake autograph from Mana bit where fucking Suzu or whatever, the blue-haired flat-faced girl, was just like pulls up Mana's actual autograph and it's just like, I'm not gonna tell her. I found that really funny. I thought it was cute. Also, Sakura's a yandere, isn't she?
I don't know. I don't care enough about the show to think about it that hard.
I like the ensemble, man. I think the ensemble is cute.
They're all bad and boring.
They're not boring. They're simple, and I don't think.
They're boring. It's boring to watch. They're not entertaining.
Okay.
How do they expect to be idols when they can't retain viewership?
They idols don't live as idols. They need to be people too, man.
They're doing a bad job at it when they're trying to entertain us. They need to entertain the meta audience before they can entertain the in-anime audience.
The the more episodes I watch, the deeper I get into this show. Everything that I was iffy about in the beginning. I just like it more and more as it goes in. I'm finding like each subsequent episode is stronger than the previous, and I just
Yeah.
have a good time with it.
Honestly, I think that's the nature of this kind of show. Like, the more you watch, the more invested you are in the characters. I'm pretty sure Meep is not going to come around to it. Meep will need, like, actual, like, crazy choreography or music to, like, bring him to a fuck. But, like, I think for you...
Fuckers always want to put me through pain. You did this to me with Kuma Bear. Now you're doing it to me with this.
Come join the moe, Meep.
This isn't moe. You can't even call this moe.
It's kind of moe.
It is idol trash.
It's not trash.
The show is simple. It's quaint. It's to the point. It's just pleasant. It's a nice time.
Yeah, I went into this show.
It doesn't. I'm not going. Nothing in this is like exhilarating or high octane, and I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I agree with Gilly. I went into this show expecting it to be like actually really dark and like I was hoping for like a surprisingly realistic look on idol industry. And while I still want that, at the moment I'm kind of just enjoying this as like an idol slice of life. Idol both as in like idols and idol as in like idling by. So like yeah, I think it's cool. The animation's good. The show's pretty.
I can't wait for the show to pull a fruit tart on you guys.
Oh yeah, we're out. I'm out. Can't talk for Gilly, but I'm
Then I'll feel
out.
vindicated.
The animation's good. I actually think the animation's really good. There was a few still frames that were kind of funny and awkward. But I really appreciated that when the girls were sleeping on the table in the morning, that their foreheads had like red creases and red spots on them, because that's what happens when you put your head down on a table and take a nap. As like a infamous napper when I was in school, I would always sleep in class and my forehead would always be red. I thought that was really funny, or like a nice touch. I like Nagisa. I like her friend. The inclusion of the friend is really cute. She reminds me of the best character from Toradora. So yeah, that's all I got to say. Wait, no, there was one last thing.
Nagisa?
I think Nagisa. Well, I wrote down Nagisa. I think Nagisa is her friend. Her friend who joins the idol group.
You can't even remember who it is.
Don't pull that shit on me. I'm terrible at names.
You can't say there aren't too many characters. There's way too many fucking characters.
Oh, I suck at names always. And you'd think being a bartender would make it better? No, it only makes it harder.
The focus isn't the individual, it's the group.
Yeah.
They are one symbiotic whole.
Whole.
And they suck.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
No.
Yeah.
Also, I'm to every episode. I still think Makino is just fucking crazy, and that he sees Mana there because she's dead. She's definitely dead.
I don't trust the show to do that. And even if it does, I don't trust it to do it well.
Shall we hold up cards, boys? And I just echoed off of someone again.
Let me present to you guys a question first that someone who I know is watching just randomly DM'd me. Is it that furries are suspiciously rich, or is it that rich people tend to be furries?
Yes. Also, jump into the stream, coward. Pose your questions to all to see.
I am going to kill this show.
Yeah, I guess that's about it. I'm gonna fuck this show. Sorry, go on. What were you saying?
I was just gonna say I just don't want to waste any more breath on the show.
Yeah, fair enough. No, dude, I get it. It's your right. This episode was pretty good. I'm gonna fuck it. We got some nice character expressions and interactions. We got some dances. They fucked up with Sister Kun, and I look forward to seeing that a little bit better. The music was pretty good this session. I really liked the whole training montage and I guess it wasn't really a training montage, but like the whole training scene. Though I couldn't take it. Oh my god, they were watching the rehearsal so seriously. Like their faces were so intense that I kind of lost immersion. But I get it. To them, it is serious. I don't mind this show. I'm not like 100% on board. I'm not like a super like woo Idoly Pride, but this is nice. I'm down for another episode. Fuck.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm also gonna fuck this show. It's nice. It's pleasant. It's to the point. It's just calm.
Meep, I need you to lower the volume before I blow a gasket.
I don't know how else to fix it because I have you guys as low as I can, where I can actually hear you. My mic is as far away from my computer as I can have it. Where, like, I don't.
Then you need to
say.
figure out a way to put on headphones or something. We'll talk about it after the session, but I don't.
Can't.
Yes, we'll talk about it after the session. Anyway, yeah. So that's Idoly Pride. It does not make the wheel, unlike the majority of our fucking lineup today. What? Sorry, you were talking at the same time as I was in that moment.
Am I echoing off you too, Gilly, or is it just on Dal's end? Like, I genuinely don't.
I don't know. I'm here echoing off of your mic.
Okay.
Well, there's no point in wasting time dealing with this now. Please do not fiddle with your mic while you're not muted. And we will deal with this after the session because people are not here to listen to us argue about this kind of thing. Anyway. Julie, I just saw what you posted in the Discord. Anyway, yeah, Idoly Pride does not make it on the wheel, unlike the rest of the fucking list, apparently. What's next, boys?
Well, the show that makes me want to blow a casket is my phone doesn't want to open my fucking notes.
Oh,
Great.
Shit, I didn't watch that episode this week. Fuck, I forgot that was on the list.
Well, I think that's a de facto knife for you. Horimiya, episode 3. Miyamura is feeling off in the group and wonders if he is really their friend because how he was treated when he was young. Then Miyamura and Ishikawa get into a fight when he hears Hori say she'll never give up Miyamura.
So, do I say the funny thing first or the, like, emotional thing first?
Yes.
Remy sucks. I fucking hate her. She's the worst.
Doesn't she have a boyfriend?
Exactly. I fucking hate her. She sucks. She is this fucking little attention-seeking pretty girl, and I dislike her personality, and I don't like her as a person. I trust this show to make me eat these words later on. At the moment, she can fuck right off with her bullshit.
I was like, when that scene was happening, I was thinking it was implying that she and her boyfriend broke up because of what happened with the papers.
Ah. No, I
Like,
think she's just a little bitch.
but but no, she said she was just joking with her, and I was like, ah.
That's not funny. You're a bitch. You're kind of a little cunt.
I mean, yeah, her friend says it the best. You take your jokes too far.
Kind of wish she got hit in the head again.
Why do you want to wish violence upon these children?
Because Hori is violent, so I hope she decks, and Miyamura is violent, so I hope
Maybe,
Hori decks this
maybe
bitch.
I don't think you can talk with how much violence you wished on multiple shows last season.
Listen, I'm not saying that I don't want violence to come onto children. I'm just wondering why Dal is wishing upon it. He's usually the last person that would wish a child to get murdered.
I'm fine with Hori decking Remy.
It's I cried.
Yeah.
This
Okay.
was I fucking love this show.
Yeah, man. I. Do you want to go first, or should I?
Show so much. There's so much to say.
Let me.
Hori's reaction when she just said you can't have Miyamori's mind, that was fucking fantastic.
They are
Uh,
making them a
the
couple a lot
the
quicker than I thought they would.
Yeah, no, they were 100% going to be a couple, and it's so good. They're they're sitting there watching the horror movies, and it's just cute and it's nice, and the I love you broke me.
Mm, they. I.
It broke me.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't I didn't either, but it's so good.
But I think that's what made it so effective is that the audience was just as shocked as not just Miyamura but Hori was at saying it. I was like, "Fuck!"
So it was so precious. It was so sweet. It was so well done. Like
I
this is our episode 3 with
three.
them. But the thing is, it's episode 3, but we've been dealing with time skips. It's been like half a year almost.
I forgot that this is episode 3. It feels like episode 5, and that's me being generous for Hori saying I love you.
The thing is, they've like jumped through time a lot. They've been through like a lot of a school year.
Oh yeah, they've actually they're on to their next class. That's
They've
right.
they've been through break. Like
What?
they've been doing this for a while now.
Was this a bunch of crybabies in here? No, leave me alone.
I I cried. I I teared up at the intro scene between Hori and Miyamura. It it this episode hit really close to home for me.
Wait, what was the opening scene again?
Just Miyamura's. How do I put this? It's not even like it's pick a complex, insecurity, pick an insecurity, pick a complex, imposter syndrome.
The only thing I'm a little that the only thing about that opening that I'm a little disappointed in because uh I this is apparently a really important scene from the book series, and I don't know if it was done as well as they did it in the book series. Was his own self piercing of his ear is actually supposed to be a very important turning point.
It was supposed to be self harm, wasn't it?
No, it's not self-harm, but it's supposed to the at least from what I can tell what people say about it from the books, it's the books portray it in a much more like emotional way than it did in this, and it was still good in this, but I don't think it met up to the same standard, but I'm still okay with it.
Hmm. I What was in his fingers in that episode when Hori came to talk to him for the first time and he kind of dropped it? Were those drugs or was that something else?
I think it was
No,
drugs.
that, I think that was one of his ear studs.
Okay.
That would make sense because I think he was still thinking about that whole situation. Because a lot of this episode was focused around him remembering all that stuff and wondering, you know,
Yeah,
if he's really like, if these people actually like him.
yeah. My heart goes out to Miyamura. I relate incredibly hard to what he's gone through. I was always like the outsider kid in my school. People never chose to pair up with me. People, yeah, they did it because they had to. I was the weird kid, and just because I wanted to like really be friends, or just like I talked differently, or was a little socially awkward, and just seeing Miyamura deal with that, and just sitting there, even like I cried. I'm crying now when fucking he's sitting there and thinking about it like, oh man, do they really like me? Like, am I really part of their friend group? And as he's doing this, they all just pull their desks around him and they just jump into the project with, and I'm like, fuck, man. Like, those traumas stay with you for your entire life unless you work on them, which again, highly recommend therapy. It's been a huge help, but like, it's so hard. And he's like, school's really hard, and I'm like, yeah, man, it really is. And
Yeah. Oops, sorry.
no. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, yeah, for the FMK audience, yeah, I really did fight that as well. But the difference between me and Miyamura, I actually have Dalaran and Gilly kidnapped. They're in my basement. I have them. I have a gun to their head. See, you know, when they said I was the weird kid that they didn't want to work with me, I forced them to.
I like there's just so much, and every episode, one thing I've been loving. So obviously Hori and Miyamura, their relationship is always a nice centerpiece. It's done really well. But another thing they keep doing is Miyamura's like friendship with, and I keep forgetting his fucking name,
Toru.
Mr. Purple Hair.
Ishikawa.
Ishikawa
Ishikawa.
Toru.
Their relationship, their friendship that's like continually growing, even if it's a lot slower, makes me so happy.
I love how fucking Miyamura kicked the shit out of him. I mean, I dodged all of them.
He accidentally slaps him once, and then he fucking beats him down on the floor.
No,
I
no.
love
He
how
makes an
fucking
aggressive motion. Toru makes an aggressive motion toward Miyamura, to which he just actively reacts by punching him in the face. And he's like, "Hey, what the fuck?" And he slaps him, and then he starts beating him down.
Knocks
it
him
was
down and
so
beats the
great.
shit out of. It's
Yeah,
so
it was
interesting
so
to
great.
realize that Miyamura is fucking scary.
Yeah, because you're led to believe that fucking Toru started a fight over Hori, because you see Toru listening in to Pink Girl saying that, oh yeah, Hori said she never let Miyamura go, and then you like see that it's like, oh no, and then you see Miyamura with a fucking bruise. It's like, oh man, he punched him, and then because Hori goes, oh no, I'm gonna tell him what's what, and then you see Purple Hair walk through the door and he's just beat to all hell.
Yeah, I think
Also,
it was
as
over Hori, but it wasn't them fighting over Hori. It was just them. The situation is a lot stupider than it really was.
it wasn't even fighting over Hori. It was it was almost a fight because Miyamura is being an idiot.
Yeah,
And it was just their, I don't know, that fight almost, that you can also tell that fight actually strengthened their friendship even more, which I fucking love.
Yeah,
And you can
yeah.
also see the almost the very powerful favoritism from Hori, where she's like, she sees this bruise and she's like, thank you for letting me know who what kind of each person Ishikawa is.
And then
Ishikawa
Ishikawa
comes
comes in
in
as
beaten
beat
to
to
shit,
shit.
and she's just sort of smiling, talking to him, not even upset about what Miyamura did. There's a blatant favoritism there, but it's expected.
Yeah, man, it's hard. You say Miyamura is being an idiot, and I agree, he is an idiot. But I also get it. When you're told you're nothing for so long of your life, it's hard to believe that anyone can actually feel any way different. Some days are harder than others, and I feel like the fact that this show, like,
Our main characters are being very dumb, but it's kind of expected of them to be that way, but Miyamura is in a very different, insecure kind of way.
mm-hmm, yeah. Speaking of characters, though, who the fuck is Green Hair Boy? Because he shows up this episode, but barely.
I think he's one of Ishikawa's friends.
His name is Shu. I don't even know if we got a name from him.
He's in the title. He's in the title like image, so I think he's going to be a little more prevalent as it goes on.
Yeah, he's one of our main
But
characters. Well, not main characters, but he's one of the cast. But
yeah,
he just came and went. They didn't really do anything with him this time, unlike other characters.
I'm sure they'll do more with him, but he just sort of was there for a moment.
Yeah.
Which, it didn't bother me. It just felt like one of those situations like, here's a character that knows people, but they're not really involved in this episode. They just sort of popped in for a second.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. The last 2 episodes, they did a really good job introducing characters, even if they didn't stay on screen for too long. It's just this time it was like, oh, hey, bye, okay. I guess I'll see you later.
But just, God, I love this show so much.
I will say this.
It's so good. Everything is nice, and it makes me cry. And God, it's going to get more than one season because there's a lot. There's a lot. This is a very long this is a decently long going slice of life that is still ongoing.
Yeah, I think this has the potential of being one of my favorite romance animes.
Like it's so I love this show.
I've been loving this show too. I don't know how I feel about it compared to Adachi yet, because I still really loved Adachi Toshimura. It's one of my favorite slice life / romance.
It's a really good one.
In general. Yeah, and I'm excited to see Horimiya go on because I think it's gonna be good.
There was something that Gilly said in the beginning of our talk that I'm now thinking about. Gilly, you said you said the show's moving really fast, and there's so many chapters of it out. It makes me realize that I don't want complications. I don't want the older guy coming in and hitting on Hori or like getting involved. Like I don't want the astringence of relationships between Toru and Miyamura. Or like the confession of love and the further expansion of the love triangle. Things that happen in romance anime quite often. I'm afraid that this show might be moving too fast. Now that you said that, now that I'm thinking about it.
Well, the manga is also pretty notorious for having a lot of like time skips. It's not that it's moving fast. It's that it's as the show goes on, it's progressing through the manga. As far as I'm aware, like certain chapters in the manga are just small side stories. Like the manga is a lot of collections of side stories with characters growing and moving forward.
I guess what I'm just trying to say is I hope this show doesn't skip beats for the sake of getting to the bigger beats.
Yeah. Also, a question: what's the average length for a manga chapter? Because it average length would be 20 pages, right?
Maybe. I am not a mango boy. I mean, I am a mango boy. I love mangoes, but I am not a manga boy.
Because the average My Hero Academia chapter is 20 pages. And I'm just wondering, because I've seen a lot of anime that have, like, chapters that are, like, smaller, like 20 to 30 pages. And then I realized, Jujutsu Kaisen, each chapter is 56 pages. Or around there.
I mean, Gilly, do you know at what rate the anime is adapting the manga?
Uh, I'm not really sure. I know looking at this right now, the manga, like I said, is currently ongoing, and uh they're on chapter 122.
Jesus.
Uh, chapter 122 of volume 15.
Me making a lot of background sounds.
It's been going since 2011.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. 10 years, my dude. 10 years. Congratulations on getting your anime adaptation. Horimiya, you. Let's. Should we hold up cards, guys?
I'm ready for it.
Yeah,
I'm good to hold up cards.
yeah, I'm fucking the show. The show's fantastic. The pacing's a little awkward in this episode as well. Like, I think there's a few things that just didn't transition as cleanly as I feel like they could have. I'm hoping this show, speaking of pacing, now that we're talked about it, I hope this show doesn't move too fast. Haha, dating reference, dating pun. But this is fantastic. This is so good. I am really excited to continue booting up an episode of Horimiya.
I'm gonna fuck the show as well. It's very good. It's very soft, very light, very fluffy. I very much enjoy my time with it.
Can't believe Gilly's fucking dead.
Oh, no, I'm gonna fuck this show. Honestly, it is in a hot competition with Skate for my favorite. It's just they're so different, but they're so good.
For reals,
It'll
for
be
reals.
interesting to see how they end off.
That's the thing. This is a show that I am both curious to see where it goes from like a drama perspective, but also like a narrative perspective because it's we're moving fast, yo. 3 episodes in, we're already at I love you, and they haven't even kissed.
Guys, you know what this means?
We have a big
We
ass
have
fat wheel.
4 shows. Yeah, we have 4 shows that all have the opportunity to die. The first time in FMK history. We only one other time the wheel was broken out, and even then it was only 2 shows. Guys, I'm gonna click the wheel,
No, no, no,
and
no.
what happens?
Hold on, hold on. Send me the wheel. I wanna get it on stream.
I what?
Send me the wheel. Send me the link for the wheel.
Okay, but you're not gonna see what I fucking spin on it.
Well, I wanna spin it on stream.
Oh,
If this takes too long, we'll skip it this time. We'll just post the screen cap, but I want to see if I can spin it on stream. Send wheel.
I mean, if you're
So I want
worried,
to
I'm
just say
just gonna.
something about.
Oh, sorry.
I was just gonna say something about Horimiya real quick.
Do it.
We're on episode 3. We're only to chapter 5, so it's only going like almost like a chapter an episode. There's 122 chapters.
Jesus.
It's gonna be long running unless they all of a sudden decide to jump.
All right. Well, that makes me surprisingly feel better. Meep, tell me what's on the wheel.
Give me a second. I have to copy and paste the text to send over you just so you can. It, it, I mean, I get that you're worried that I'm gonna be unfaithful and not honor
Oh, shut
what
the
actually
fuck
gets put
up,
on the
Meep.
wheel.
I want to show the folks at home part of the excitement.
I can just screenshot what gets rolled and send it to you.
Oh, let me
This is
shut up, Meep. Let me have some
this is
ceremonianship,
this is
some
really
panache.
very.
So what's on the wheel? We have Code Black.
Dal, you cut out.
Sorry. What's on the wheel? We have Code Black.
We have Code Black. We have So I'm a Spider. Jobless Reincarnation, and Dungeon Boonies.
E. I didn't realize I was going to have to read. I didn't realize that you were wanting us to read those out since you were so adamant on spinning the wheel down.
Am I the only showman here? Am I the only one willing to give the folks at home a bit of panache?
Both isekais are on this wheel.
Yeah, seriously. So we have Code Black, Dungeon Boonies, Soma Spider, and Jobless.
Yep.
E. I still hold that X arm technically as an isekai.
It is.
But it's dead.
Alrighty. So how do I do this? I just set it up and shuffle and then just click to spin?
Just copy and paste what I put over that, put it in the little box, and there should be the 16 slots.
Oh, the 16 slots. Okay, cool. Gotcha.
Just make sure you close your porn tabs first, Dalaran.
Oh no, not my porn tabs. Not just the porn, specifically the porn tabs.
Well, you don't want it to pop up when people see.
No, Dal, copy and paste that and post those 3 more times just so it's a bit more randomized.
Like that?
Like you know how I sent I
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
in general.
Yeah. Just copy and paste that big plug. Cool.
Yeah, copy and paste that big schlock over or
I thought there was supposed to be an option of nothing dies or everything dies.
No, not for 4. Not for fucking 4.
Yeah, that's when only 2 things are on the wheel.
You don't want 4 shows to live?
No. Nah. Alright, boys. Alright, everyone. I feel damn, I don't have any. I'll get some royalty free music for this next time, but 3, 2, 1. Ooh. And the death is wait. That's on the fucking line. Dungeon Boonies dies.
Your stream is so far back. You haven't even spun it on stream yet.
Oh no, did we have a connection hiccup? Let me see. What's my OBS saying?
There's always going to be a connection hiccup. It's only for me though. The viewers won't see it until now. It's just for me. I didn't see.
We have a winner.
Yeah, there it is.
Dungeon
Now it's
Boonies.
Dungeon Boonies is fucking dead.
That's not the
As much
show.
as
Go on.
as much as I didn't want it to, I want to give Soma Spider more.
Honestly, like Dungeon Boonies is not the show I would have killed on this list. Well, actually no, maybe it would have been. No, yeah, I think I was. Yeah, no, yeah, no.
Honestly, technically, out of everything on here, the ones I was hoping to get hit more was Jobless or Code Black.
I know all of you were hoping for Jobless.
I don't have high hopes for Jobless.
Dungeon Boonies. You were supposed to be so much better.
Let's look on the bright side. At least the one show that releases Mondays is fucking dead. So I won't be tempted anymore to watch it anymore.
Oh man.
Yay, more plans for Golden Family Season 3 for me.
Dungeon Boonies, you have really good character design. It's a shame you don't know how to fucking use your characters.
It's a shame that it was just kind of meh at the end of the day.
It really was.
It started off so strong too.
We were all excited about it. Like that was one of the shows when they made the list. We're like, oh, cool, yeah, right on.
It's one of the ones that I wanted to watch.
Let us know if it gets better, Gilly.
If you continue watching it.
I'm gonna watch the next episode, but if it's not any better, I can't keep watching after.
Cool. We've heard this before,
Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying we heard this before. We've heard this one before, but yeah, go on, Meep.
I was just gonna say, like, I saw the title for the next episode, and it doesn't give me hope. Hello?
Yep, you're back.
Okay, I said I saw the title for the next episode. That doesn't give me hope.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to wait until next week. But as for this week, Meep, why don't you play us off?
Thank you, everyone, for coming to watch our show. I've been your host, Meep, joined by my co-hosts, Gilly and Dalaron.
Say hi, Gilly. Say bye, Gilly.
I'm sad.
Why? Why? You're sad about Boonies?
Look, there were things I wanted off that list more, but
That's the nature of the beast.
but
As always, I have been
just a
Dalaron.
lot, many things, many
Yeah.
things.
Yeah. I mean, I think out of all the things on the list, that's what you wanted. Well, actually, no. Would you have wanted Boonies or Spider to stay?
Spider was my number one wanting to stay,
Okay, well,
so
Spider stays.
I'm at least happy there, because I'll probably keep watching that even if it dies.
I mean, at least we get to see the Spiderling become an Arisen.
God fucking
You
damn
say
it.
that, but I don't believe you.
Draco Lich Spider. Anyway, guys, as always, I've been
Poppy's
Dalaron
Arisen.
Quest. God damn it, guys, let me do my plug.
No.
Meep, lower your fucking volume.
I can't! I've done as much as I could. I don't know what the fuck's happening with it. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
Anyway, it is 2:30 in the morning since we had to do a last impromptu stream, so I'm going to keep this brief. I've been Dalaron Quest. You can catch me at twitch.tv/Dalaron Quest, DALARON Quest. Normally we stream this on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Medical issues suck. We thank you all for your patience with us. It's been a time. Regardless, you can also catch at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesdays, doing a D&D stream. You guys, if you're into D&D and more like character interaction and roleplay focused campaigns, then please come on by. Otherwise, everyone decided to drag race down my street at 2:30 in the morning, and I have released a voice reel, which I would be honored if you people if anyone would check out, give it a listen, give some feedback, and give it a share. Dungeon Boonies is dead, y'all.
Certainly is dead.
That banana costed its life.
Let's not talk about the chocolate banana.
No more chocolate banana.
I think it was even worse that fucking jar of chocolate sauce had a heart on it.
I thought we were just gonna
Yeah.
eat chocolate bananas and be cute, and then she's like, no, put your dick into this chocolate so I can suck it off, little boy. Good night, everybody.
Oh.
Night, everyone.
That scene.